Yes! I am sure.
Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome. We started.
You the realest Frank I know.
We've started, and I'm not doing anything so that I can mute the stream on the other computer, because I've literally never remembered to do that.
But I want...
Do you want that echo? I'll leave it up. Like, we
You're
can do
breaking that. No, I want the echo for 5 seconds so you can say,
absolutely.
like, oops.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm fine with that.
Are you...
Oh, you guys probably
watching
can't...
Vortex?
Oh, Portex, are you in yet? Shoot, maybe I shouldn't hit start till you're in on Steam.
Oh, no, I'm not in yet. Hang on.
Because then you can listen to the music. That's very good.
Ooh. What? Here we go, watch games.
Where? Oh, Stream still hasn't gone on this machine yet. That's interesting.
Wait, no, I don't want full screen. Whoops.
This computer is... This poor little lappy is not doing so great. That's alright. I'm using it as a second monitor, for which it's definitely overqualified.
Huh.
Yeah, it says it's offline. Is the stream going on Twitch for you guys?
I don't see anything on Twitch.
Somebody
People can hear us talking, though.
Somebody said voices. They're saying things.
Yeah, that's weird. It's not showing as playing on my end. So I hope that the stream doesn't fucking break, because I will have no idea. Huh. That's really weird.
Oh, Yavuz says it's on, so
Yeah.
thank you, Yavuz.
Yeah, thanks guys for letting me know. Let me just try one thing real quick, especially because we're still waiting for Portex to join on Steam.
Yeah, it's not loading up. I have to leave the thing and
Yeah, you have
start
to.
it over.
It's a little finicky to get you. I should have had you do that before we hit start. I thought you were in. Sorry.
Whatever. No, I don't want to launch my copy of the game, which I do have, but I do not wish to launch it. There we go.
Oh, there we go. You're watching. You're in. There you go. You see. You see
It's
me.
loading.
Oh, okay. We'll wait.
No, it's okay. There we go. Okay,
Yay!
menu. See a guy with a dagger on arm.
It's not a dagger. It's the Devil Bringer, Mom.
Devil bring mom. That's the way cry hate.
So let me very, very quickly set the scene as people walk into the stream a little bit. And it won't be as much scene setting as in 3 because there's not as much inspiration behind this game, frankly.
Frankly.
We were heading into the Xbox 360/PS3 era of games, and Capcom was like, hey, we need good games for the launch. And they picked like 3 games that they were like, these are going to be our flagship titles, and this was one of them, and they put a lot of effort into it. And it shows, because even though this is a special edition, and it got a little bit higher resolution, like, it still looks really good. This game came out in 2008, and it looks fucking amazing still. But they also were like,
Good.
we need to do new things. We can't just use we can't just do Dante again. Like, he's too powerful and his arc is basically over. Like at the end of DMC 1, Dante beat the devil, and for a demon hunter that's kind of tops.
Where do you go after that?
Well, where they went was 2, where he beat like another Satan and everybody hated it. So they're like, shit. So then like, well, let's go back to the past and show where he started, and they did that. And they're like, well, that's pretty much everything. So they invented a new character with a new style of play, sort of.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. The first game is kind of like, what if Kill Bill in the first fight scene was killing Bill? And it's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Part 2 is the bride, I don't know, like sharpening your swords, I guess?
Oh, let me check one option real quick, because I bet I have
Oh god. Oh god,
Hi.
I'm here. Ah!
Oh, it's... Hello. I actually don't know who it is. Is it Boots?
Hello.
Boots.
Oh, hey,
It's Boots. It's Boots' cameo.
It's Boots with a different microphone.
Ooh, fancy.
Are there people in chat? I know I don't even see the chat. I feel
Boots
like
with a
it's-
less fancy microphone. Okay.
Is it a Hello Kitty microphone?
Not as fancy.
I hooked up my first Sony up to my computer.
It's a what is it? A Mr. Mike, the one that plays on the radio.
Mr. Mike.
Is that what it's called?
Those ads made, yeah, Mr. Microphone. Those
Yeah.
those ads made that product look so much better than it really was.
Whatever. I may or may not
Every-
be able to see chat. I hope I can.
Have you
Anyways,
started?
no, you are just here in time.
I'm just here to interrupt you, just introducing it.
Yeah, you actually I
Yay.
pretty much finished with the
You
introduction.
didn't interrupt the introduction before, so...
Yeah, I pretty much just finished with the introduction, so like, you kind of didn't interrupt anything other than me making sure tutorials were turned on.
Oh, okay.
So
That's worth interrupting.
Yeah, you blew it.
Oh, you boosted it.
There's a lot more difficulty modes in this version. Obviously, I'll go over them later. But basically, I'm playing on Son of Sparta, which is roughly the one I've been playing on before, and a lot of the other ones are pretty similar to what they were in the other games.
Boots, this guy has a demon arm. Just felt you need to know that.
Mantra, wrong game.
Looks like a,
What, Dante?
like a demon. I don't think it's Dante. He looks like Dante though.
Well, here, we'll.
Nero
Oh.
divided by Dante.
So one thing about this game is like it's weirdly rushed, and I say weirdly because most games are like, shit, we've got less than 8 months and we've got 2 years of development time. This game I think really early on realized, oh shit, we have to cut stuff back, but they still had like 2 years left. So like, it's weird in that like the stuff is finished, but there's a lot of stuff that's just not there.
Is one of the options heaven or hell, and the other option is hell and hell?
Yeah, I'll talk about it later, but they're really good difficulty options. Very good. Very good, both of them. So yeah, one thing that they didn't bother to put into the game was introduction, which was in the manual. The only thing you need to know is that
kicking an old school.
the only thing you really need to know is that our main character Nero, who you see on the right there, is like part of a demon hunting church who worships Sparta, and
Is it Sparta a demon?
well, yeah, but he hunted other demons, and like they believe in hunting demons too, and they've been hunting demons to some, and like they have like demon hunting groups, like they have
like those
knights.
Wesley Snipes movies. Like those Wesley Snipes movies.
Yeah.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
So Nero is a member of the Knights of this church, and he's not really religious or into the church, but he is like their best demon hunter, so they put up with him anyway. And at some point relatively recently, it's not clear at all when, he was out fighting demons and thought he lost, and then he woke up and he had a demon arm. And he's been hiding it ever since because like he hunts demons.
You
and
can't
has a
really
demon arm.
hide that very well.
Well, you'll see. He's hiding it. You'll see. Oh, and
Mom told us-
he's in love with a lady named Kyrie, and her brother Credo is the
Rito?
all of the people of the church except for Nero are named after parts of the Catholic Mass. I guess I don't know much about it, but someone here does.
Is someone named Communion?
No, there's like Credo, Kyrie,
Wafer B.
Sanctus. I don't fucking remember.
Hey there, I'm Eucharist. How you-
I'm gonna say it. Those wafers do not taste very good. I'm gonna say it. They don't.
Montreth, the American one is the next
Well,
one.
they're-
It's the reboot.
Well, they're made of Jesus' suffering. Of course they don't taste good.
Don't
Anyway, so Kyrie, the love interest brother, is head of the Knights, and I think that's everything that isn't in-game. So, there's some costumes. This is default. This is super mode, which gives you always demon. This, I think, is supposed to look like Virgil. And this is called Prototype, so I guess is what it used to look like. It's pretty saucy. I like the
Why?
scarf.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, you guys will still be behind. There's no way to get around that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I like the side eye that Nero's giving in some of these.
Mr. Steal your demon.
Yeah, I don't see how he's gonna hide that demon arm.
Well,
Unless there's like a
Just
unless there's like an elaborate like Austin Powers style thing with his arm.
No, it's hidden in the most obvious way possible.
You said he just woke up with a demon arm. It's like, oh, Mom told me this would happen one day if I didn't stop.
He's just wearing
He's just wearing a giant.
yep. He's just wearing a
Sling
cast, like a big sling with a cast.
Where did he get
Oh.
the cast?
I guess there's like an underground doctor who gave him. He's like, hey man, can you just
Is
give
that-
this to me, no questions asked?
Is that the princess from Sonic 06?
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
You
It's
just
canon.
spoiled the twist at the end, but at the end
God
they all
damn
go into
it.
the Sonic universe.
Ooh.
Man, that would be so amazing.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of Sonic Generations, how like the portal opens up, that portal goes into the
Yeah.
Devil May Cry universe. And old
I mean-
Sonic just jumps out and he's here. And he has to fight the demons.
That's those puppets from the first game.
No, wait, that's
got-
Bayonetta I'm thinking of. Sorry.
He's got
Bayonetta-
headphones.
You might be thinking...
So like, yeah.
But, so he's fighting these demons, like, in the town here. It's never explained why they're in the town. Or why no one cares that they're in the town, by the way. Like, they just kind of forget to explain. I mean, it's eventually explained why they're in the town, but no one seems to care yet. So...
I love that they're trying to do like the whole like opening of what Hitman Blood Money or whatever, like the singing and it's just like
Yeah.
it cuts to the choral singing and then like these goofy demons going, "Hey, watch out!"
Also, if anyone wants to look up Scalebound, you'll notice that the main character Scalebound is just this guy with different hair.
He is, isn't he?
Also, you'll notice that the shadow that Nero just cast on the wall looks a lot like Sparta's signature pose, and the sword looked kind of like in shadow Soul Edge, and I'm sure that, I mean Soul Edge, the Sparta sword, and I'm sure that that doesn't mean anything and isn't foreshadowing.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything. It's just a coincidence. Someone pointed it out after the game was made, and they're like, oh yeah, that is similar.
Anyway, so apparently other than slaughtering demons, this church is exactly like the Christian church.
Well, I was gonna say, who joins
So-
the Christian church like a Catholic church,
Wait.
ironically, but I guess that the one difference is they slaughter demons.
God, I kind of forgot he has headphones. But he does.
Is he like the Scalebound guy where the battle music comes from him putting his headphones on and listening to his music? Rip
That might
Scalebound.
happen in one of the cutscenes. He either takes them off, or he just doesn't have them in the game. I forget. But I think he does not have them for most of the game. Maybe it's just the alternate costumes.
Slicing up demons is fucking awesome. Look at my DeviantArt OC.
Anyways,
Wouldn't it be so great if she was
really
singing like?
fucking tough crowd by the... Oh no, they eventually clap. Okay.
Wouldn't it?
Do not steal.
This is what I would have wanted. I wanted her to sing like a church choral version of the theme song from Devil May Cry 3. I feel as far as the eye can see.
Are you sure she wasn't? How well do we know those lyrics?
Fair enough.
2,000 years ago, the Dark Knight.
Oh, let me know if audio levels are good, people in the chat.
You're,
The Steam broadcast stopped.
Oh,
yeah.
And took up
So
the
waiting
sword
for the broadcast to start.
for the sake of
shit.
mankind.
No, wait, there it goes. There it
Okay,
goes.
you missed this guy giving a little intro about Sparta.
He's kind of talking about him. I think he just picked up, like, I guess there's now
Oh,
just
you guys
more
are behind,
lag.
so yeah.
Because, oh, his little Pope hat's got a little halo on it. That's adorable.
This hat's Christian as fuck. Look at it.
This is just like every character from Assassin's Creed is attending this church right now.
Oh, pretty
Well,
much,
this is
yeah.
pre-Assassin's Creed. Keep that in mind. The first Assassin's Creed game had not come out yet, and this game looked like this, which I think is impressive.
So I asked,
I love how eye-roll he is in this Catholic Mass. It's so good.
Who's that Prince Valiant looking motherfucker?
Hey, by the way, can we count how many lines Kyrie has? Because we're still at 0, and it'd be cool if we could keep a running count of that throughout the whole game.
let us pray.
Anyways, you know, nice, peaceful moment. Oh, he is listening.
Nero, what's wrong?
Okay, that's one line.
I'm out of here.
But it's not over yet.
That's 2
All
lines.
this preaching's putting me to sleep.
So why does he attend the Mass if he's only in it for the demon killing?
Oh shit, Dante's in his alt costume for some reason. And also, this is like a really good scene to start the game with. Wow, his alt costume makes this look even more emo. I like it.
r/atheism sends its regards.
Boots likes that.
That comes to you in the name of Dawkins.
It's important to note that, like, going in, they don't really tell you on the... They do in the special edition. They make it a bit more clear, but they don't really tell you that Dante's going to be a playable character in this game. So, like, this is your first time seeing him in this game. You're like, what? Like,
So it's a reverse Metal Gear Solid 2.
pretty much. Oh no, she dropped the gift box. I love how fucking brutal they make this. Because it kind of shows what it must be like to be the demons fighting Dante. Where he's like clearly not even taking it seriously and brutally murdering you all. But it's humans, so like... Jesus.
This is all part of Mass, by the way. This is not.
Yeah. This is just normal.
Yeah, this is how it goes.
This is what I missed out on by being Protestant back in the day? Shit. I should have been Catholic.
Yeah, it's the blood of Christ. That's where they get it from.
The blood of Christ and everyone else.
Oh man, his gun is really good. You might notice that Nero's gun has 2 barrels because it's a revolver that fires 2 bullets at once.
Is it too late to get to
get Ishvan in here?
Spawn in here?
Yeah, I mean, I could type to him right now.
I mean the recoil. Blah 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 blah.
So yeah, that's where you get the as close to the headphones being the music is right there.
No, I see. He needs to pick up like 2 throwables and tie them together and use them as nunchucks. Really great.
This fight's actually really rad because they do.
What is this? Did he grab the gun with his mouth?
Yes, he grabbed the gun with his mouth so it couldn't fire.
Did he try and kill him with his thighs like Xenia from Goldeneye style? Like sex him to death?
Well, he can't use one of his arms yet, you see.
Oh,
Because it's in the
that's true.
sling.
You got a jacked up notion of fair play, pal.
The cinematography makes it impossible to tell where they are in the room or who is upside down at what time.
They just sort of float in the air for a really long time, and they make the camera switch around a bunch so you don't notice. So, one thing about this first mission, I've turned tutorials on, in large part for this, because the first part of this mission is a series of tutorials that have cutscenes in between them, and if you have tutorials off, they skip the cutscenes, so... And you just sort of skip to the second half of the mission.
Oh, good, we have more of the gems.
This one's kind of fat. The gems are really letting himself go.
So they teach you how to move, and how to shoot your gun, and you still have the cast right now, actually.
It would have been so much better if he was just the whole game in a cast.
And Dante's a really good sport about it. He just sort of lets you shoot him in the face for a while.
Kawada Shoujo Revengeance.
What?
So, movement is pretty similar to how it was in the previous games. It's a little more fluid. It feels a little better. Dodging to the side feels a lot easier. Your control over your jumps feels better. In general, it feels a little more freeform than the 3's game, where everything sort of took you in a defined distance. I guess I could.
Thing is,
oh, sorry, you go.
I was just saying I can see why Dante doesn't really care if you shoot him in the face after all he's been through.
Yeah.
Also, if you shoot him, he will deflect your bullets. At this point. I guess he got tired of getting... He's like, he's not going to just keep shooting me in the face. But now he's like, oh, he's going to keep shooting me in the face. I might as well block. And by block, I mean also shoot the bullets. Oh, it's the
I learned this from
reload!
my crew.
It's so good. It's the only time he reloads in the whole game. They gave him a revolver which is known for having exactly 6 shots, and it shoots two bullets every time he pulls the trigger too, as long as they're at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's the point of packing a sword?
Yeah,
if you aren't
yeah.
gonna use it?
Now Dante's guns were. I love it. Dante mocks him. Dante's guns were explicitly said to have like demonic energy he was firing, and that's why he didn't need bullets. But this is an ordinary gun. So, anyway, so now we've got the Red Queen, and it's got a combo, and they're teaching us that it has a combo. And there's not much to say about that. I'll talk more about the moves in the next mission when I have access to them better. And
How many notes do you have for this?
I have 0 notes this time.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't need them as much, and there's not like loadouts or anything, so... and I think I know where all the secret missions are, because they're not as hidden. And there's less of them. And there's also an item that tells you where they are, so that's helpful. Sort of.
Well then.
So yeah, he's got a high time, and it works just the same as Dante's high time. If you hold it, you launch into the air with them. It's pretty good.
You got a trick up your sleeve. I thought the cat had your tongue. It's a trick you're
Sweet
Stabbing?
cat.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh no. Blocked by my infinite gas.
Thanks, Obamacare.
So now it's time to learn about Nero's special ability that they wanted to... well, we don't really learn all about it in this level, but we learn half about it. So keep in mind that God of War had come out at this point. Which meant that every action game had like a grab command that did a different contextual thing to different enemies. And a whole lot of games had like chains and whips and shit that you grabbed people or the environment with. So that's pretty much what the Devilbringer is. If you hit normal B, you'll do a grab. Against Dante, it just sort of shoves him. It does a slightly different thing against every enemy, but it's basically just damage. And I don't think it'll... it won't let me do it in the tutorial. But if I hold the direction and hit the Buster button, then I'll send out an arm and grab them and bring them close to me. Or if they're heavy, I'll go close to them. So those are both very much like we need to move forward stuff. They were like, what is everyone else doing?
Everyone has a God of War.
Mm-hmm. God of War was really fucking influential on like a billion, like way more influential than it was popular. Honestly, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
How
My favorite God of War is every game that copies God of War.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy that I think everybody saw God of War as just like this is the future of games, and I don't know why they all thought that. I mean, there's some good
Even
ideas.
Sonic
in
had
there.
a God of War game.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Just reminded me how much I hate Lords of Shadow. Also, the Castlevania game.
Anyways, now we're actually fighting him. And I'm
I can
gonna
use his full strength.
I'm going to break all the benches in this room, so that I get max orbs, because that is how the ranking system works. And I'm
Did you
kind of
just-
gonna go for ranking.
Did he just do a clappy taunt at you?
Yes. Yeah, he taunts in this game. And he-
Okay. Dante is kind of an asshole.
yeah.
He's a smug guy.
I probably shouldn't have done that yet. Oh well.
I'm really glad that like the game was doing the Catholic choir thing for a few minutes, and it was like, oh, we're just kidding. Here's the shitty music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, sometimes when you grab him, you go into an exchange. As far as I can tell, it's random if you win or he wins. But if you win, you do a bit of damage and you get advantage. If he wins, he has a little bit of advantage. No one else resists your grabs like that. It's just the Dante thing.
Just how cool he is.
Thunk, 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 thunk. So at this point,
So-
Dante's like, shit, I probably shouldn't have fucked around so much, huh?
He's very disinterested in his own face punches.
And
So, did I blink and miss like anyone explaining why they were fighting like this?
because Dante just came in and killed the Pope?
As far as to say that I
But
underestimated.
like,
If you want to know why Dante killed the Pope, you don't.
like why did that happen though?
Well,
There's that part of the mystery.
You know,
Part of the mystery. It'd be great if they never explained why he murdered a bunch of people, but no, that will eventually be explained.
Okay, so that's actually a story, and he gets stabbed again.
Yeah, into a statue of his own father, which is kind of weird.
I built up a lifetime of immunity to being stabbed in the chest.
Though I suspect you carry
Nice try, kid. But stabbed in the chest is just Tuesday for me.
You will come to learn the meaning soon enough.
Dante's weirdly cryptic, just because otherwise there wouldn't be a plot. Anyway, see ya.
See, why did that?
You have something different from the others. I mean, other than the demon arm? Oh, look how well he hides the demon arm right here. It's really good. It's very good how well he hides it.
No one will ever know.
So yeah, your ranking is based on... He just sort of-
Bootlegs it.
Oh jeez, no one look. I'll just sort of hold my wrist over it.
This is just a weird glove I'm wearing. Don't worry about it.
So our ranking...
See, that's what I meant by why. Because Dante shows up, kills the Pope, doesn't explain anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was just planning on
It's
killing the
like-
Pope and leaving. But then, like, he fought Nero, and he was like, oh shit, Nero's really good, and he's got a demon arm. And then he said, I suspect you too, Aura, and then trailed off. Except he didn't really trail off, but whatever. We'll pretend like he did. So just to explain the ranking system really, really quick. By the way, for this game, I'm basically going to explain a whole bunch of mechanics up front, and then not again, because there's no real way to introduce them over time, so... there's going to be a lot of explaining at the start, sorry. Ranking is based on your stylish points. I think there's just like a set amount you're supposed to get per level, and clear time, same thing. And then orbs found is weird. It doesn't care about orbs you get from enemies. It only cares about orbs you get from breakables in the environment. And it cares about the rooms you go in. So if you go into a room you don't have to, for like 1 second, and you don't get any of the orbs in that room, then you're marked less for the mission. Because like you should have gotten those orbs.
That's silly.
Yeah, it's dumb for two reasons. One, like, it means your first time through, you're gonna go in a room you don't know and be like, oops, shit, and now you get penalized. But also it means that if you want to get good rank, you have to spend a lot of time walking around and breaking stuff. Which is what I'm gonna do, because whatever.
That's what I do.
It gives me extra time. I'm gonna be right back. I have to bathroom, so talk shit about me as
You
usual.
have to bathroom.
I have to bathroom.
He has to bathroom. So,
Fuck that guy.
fuck that guy. Fuck that
This
guy.
guy.
Fuck this guy.
I'm gonna look. My standard for running jokes into the ground is I keep telling a joke until the something awful thread complains about it,
Oh.
and then I'll do it. Then I'll do it about 50 more times, and then I'll
Right.
consider stopping.
Can I give you a spoiler for the upcoming F Plus episode for like my favorite moment from it? Actually, I have a lot of favorite moments. It's a really good episode. But
Yes.
there's
Sneak
at
preview.
one point I read like just a poorly written thing, and
Oh, that is a
and-
spoiler.
which involves the word pregnant, and I say, "Oh, you spelled pregnant correctly," and then Achilles goes, "Jesus." That's it.
Hi, I'm back.
No, you are Frank.
Can you spell pregnant correctly, Frank?
P-R-E Gaganat.
Gaganit.
Pregnant.
Pregnant. Pregnant.
Pregnant? Can uget pregante?
That's my favorite.
A Luigi board? A Luigi board? Can you burn a Luigi? Okay.
Oh, that's Credo, by the way, the dude who was in charge. that's right. We actually didn't have our special sword yet.
She yearns for your touch.
Our
Well, that's
special
3
sword.
lines.
Thanks. This blade's the
Slash
best
R
battle
slash
companion
special
Scorpion
sword.
could wish for.
So if you read the item descriptions, you'll see that basically Nero uses the sword and that everybody else uses, but he really heavily modified it and he's the only one who can use his, and it's too dangerous for everyone else to use because he's just so cool. And the sword has a very special feature, which is like the dumbest thing possible, and I'll show that to you once I'm playing.
Tuna Castle, huh?
Oh, good.
That's what the witness says.
Oh, good.
Guy just came from hell. He's gotta hit up a couple tourist sites.
Well, I guess you get to see it in this cutscene a little bit. It's got a fucking motor on it.
See, he's going to Tuna Castle.
Fortuna.
Tuna Castle.
It's for Tuna Castle.
For
Okay.
Tuna.
Oh, exactly.
Sorry.
I heard the same thing she heard.
There's no
This is for
time
Tuna
to
Castle
get
special
going.
delivery.
For Tuna Castle.
God, like, you should
Like
say
that
something.
song, Oh
Castle,
Fortuna.
an emergency. I must return to headquarters and report.
Still haven't recovered from what? Having a demon arm?
Oh, he's hiding the demon arm right now by having his coat long. So no one will see it. It's his hand, his clearly fucking visible glowing hand. Look at that! Look.
He should shove it into a tissue box marked with a Sharpie that says "Not Demon Hand." Don't look.
Anyway, now everyone's surprised there's demons in the town. So I'm pretty sure they made that intro CG movie where he fights demons before they made up the plot. I don't think they'd realize that the demons are only invading now. That, or Nero saw the beginning of the demon invasion and decided not to tell anybody because he wanted to listen to his girlfriend sing.
Is this him?
Which is very likely, because Nero is,
I'm not sure.
is incredibly anime. He's even more anime than Dante.
Credo, take care, kitty. I got this.
By the way, Kira hasn't said anything about like a minute and a half. She's just there. I think
I'm
she's
a girl.
I think she's already said about a third of her lines in the entire game. She's the worst character.
What is he revving with that Where's the motor on that sword? I have so many questions about that sword.
Oh, don't worry, it'll totally make sense.
Okay, good. Thanks. Well, that's comforting.
Everything is
It really
gonna make a
has-
ton of
it really
sense.
has no moving parts, does it?
What is it?
Well, it's got a handle that he uses it's like a motorcycle handle that he revs. That moves.
Not so fast.
But what is it? Okay.
That's all the explanation you get, but you're gonna take it and you're gonna like it.
I'll explain it when I explain how the mechanics work in game.
A motor is designed to create motion.
Well, that does
What do you
create
mean?
motion. It's like makes the sword move.
Does it spin? Does it sort of spin?
Here, look, we're gonna see it right here.
Okay. Okay, I'm looking
He's
forward
about to
to
use
it.
This is gonna science you.
Okay. I like science.
Yeah.
Because he's spinning. Oh,
He revs it. He revs it like a motorcycle.
And it makes motorcycle noises, and then he moves forward.
and it
Yes,
glows.
that's fire.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's what
Okay.
the motor's
the way
there
that the
for.
sword is stated
Oh,
to
so-
work.
okay, so-
Oh my god.
Here,
Oh, that's good. I like that.
You guys are asking enough questions about it that I'm just gonna straight up go to the file in it, which is on the main menu, and then I'll skip back to here, because like
okay.
we will answer these questions. There's a whole file about it in the
Oh,
library.
File
Oh.
about the sword fire.
I want to see this sword lore.
The Red Queen.
Lord.
So it's a
Lord.
mechanical sword. Lord. It's a mechanical sword with a powerful fuel injection system. The propellant sprayed onto the blade. The propellant sprayed onto the blade allows it to unleash attacks of great power. However, the Red Queen's complex customizations mean only Nero is capable of controlling it. So all of the knights have Rev swords, but only his Rev sword is so powerful.
Okay, I still have a question though, because if it contains a propellant, it does not need a motor.
The motor sets off the propellant on the sword. Okay, so the motor sets off the propellant on the sword to set it on fire, but also the motor like lets out exhaust so that he moves forward.
That's not the most efficient means of combustion.
And here's also the revolver with 2 barrels. As you can see, it has 2 barrels. I'm not sure the bottom one lines up with anything exactly. Like, there's no hammer to set it off, so I don't really know how that works.
Oh,
Really wish you-
Isfahan.
Yeah,
Alright, let's get Isfahan in here.
I really wish you could name the weapons, because I'd name this one Isfahan's Lament.
Oh, I should add that this is a special edition, and what the main thing, the special edition made a lot of tiny changes, gave you a bit higher resolution, but mostly it added 3 new playable characters, which I'll show, like, probably next stream or the stream after.
Is the sword itself a playable character?
No.
Does the propellant allow it to be self-aware?
It's the sword, but it holds a gun. But it swings the gun like a sword.
Let me skip these. We saw this.
Right. So, this or Gunblade? We need to take a vote.
I mean, the fact that he has a really stupid gun also, I feel like makes this pushes it over the top.
That's true.
No.
Like, they weren't like, oh, you can have a normal weapon and a stupid weapon. They were like, no, all the weapons are stupid.
So here it tells me about the map, and it tells me about lock-on. We know those things. So now we're fighting. Oh, I'll show you Snatch. The name of the move is Snatch, and I'm gonna show you Snatch. That's what I said.
We're gonna look at Frank's Snatch, you guys.
So if you're
Snatch party.
locked on and you hit any direction and the Buster button, then you'll do this, which will grab enemies and pull them towards you unless they're really heavy, and then you go towards them. But that's mostly only bosses.
So like us.
It's really handy for, like, you knock someone away. Well, hold on, he's against the fence. You knock someone away, you can bring him back and keep doing. These little mini fences screw everything up, and I hate them.
These physics are strong.
Um,
Guess that's what happens when you have an engine propellant in your sword.
let me break some things. So now's a good time to show
Did
you.
we get to meet the engineer that designed his weapon?
Oh, Nero did. Nero made the gun and the sword.
He
Okay.
made his own.
Yeah.
Obviously, Boots, don't be an idiot.
Duh. I
Sorry.
mean, he customized this. I mean, everybody has the Rev swords in the whole order, so I don't know who came up with the idea, but he customized his. It's not made clear how it's different.
But he customized it. It said he customized it so much that only he can use it, which I don't even know what that means.
And later we see some knights of the order using Rev spears, which they rev up in place a couple times, and then they go flying, while like holding onto the spear, and it allows them to like fly with the spear.
That's pretty great.
But yeah,
The
because
C-Cortex, oh, sorry.
because it's got a rev in it, you can do things like this move, where you just sort of go forward in the air. I don't know how it's supposed to work, but it does.
Air dashing technology. Patented by the Catholic Church.
And I should add that when you start out, you don't have like almost any moves. He starts out with very few moves. And you just unlock more moves by buying them. Almost all of his moves are bought, actually. So you start out with like a basic combo and grab and like shoot. That's almost it. Oh, but this game is really generous, actually, and unlike the other games, like, you will probably get... I'll talk about that at the end of this level. I'll show you how the level up works.
What were you gonna say, Boots?
Oh, it was like the thing with the weapon only works for him. I understand that. I had a 1988 Honda Accord. A Honda Civic. Had a Civic that had a really, really touchy gas, but a really loose clutch, and nobody else could drive it. So I understand. Like, it's probably like, you know, not an automatic motor on this thing. You have to shift gears on his sword.
Maybe his sword is made out of the scrap metal of the Honda Civic.
Maybe everyone else's swords are automatics and his is a clutch. The manual. Like, you have to... I don't have any idea how that would work.
It goes too slow if he doesn't.
Are these all... Okay, so... For some reason, we just got introduced to these, even though we were fighting them already. But this game has an introduction cutscene for every enemy. I think on this difficulty level, we'll fight a lot of them before the cutscene happens. Because, like in the other games, when you do a new game on harder difficulties, they put them in in new places. But these are Scarecrow arms. There are also Scarecrow legs, which are literally exactly the same, except they have blades on their legs. I don't know why they made two different enemies.
Game design is easy.
They have almost the exact... They have, like, different animations, but they're the same moves, so... I don't really get the point.
The point is they share a skeleton. so it's easy to animate. That's the point.
Probably?
This song's pretty good, by
It's
the
a
way.
very
Yeah,
good
I was,
song.
I, was, I was just thinking it's really good that somebody's giving some money to L. Jurgensen, even if it's a little bit.
Gave him like $5 and a sandwich. Bought him lunch.
That's an afternoon of heroin.
That's how he said it too. That kind of.
Yeah. They paid him in cash.
They just ran into him like at the bus station. Gave him some money.
That room exists in tower to give you an ominous overview of the city below.
Oh, that's sweet.
This really does look like a lot like the city from Sonic 06, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, visually, like, fidelity, the game looks pretty amazing. Like, I definitely have some issues with their visual design, which is, like, a lot of it's really fucking generic. And I think they needed a stronger visual artist at the head of their team, basically, because... Like, this place looks... I mean, this came out in 2008. And look at this shit. Like, this is really good, and the animations are really good, and it's like a box. Like, it's not good. It's not interesting to look at. One interesting thing that the Snatch move lets you do is grab items through gates, which happens a couple times. Wait, I can't pick it up because I have max, but I would have picked that up if I could have.
Rest assured, I would have picked up the hell out of that item.
So
I am digging the blorp sound effect whenever you do it.
What the hell?
I guess the church just keeps this in like a building that you can walk into for some reason.
Is this where you got baptized?
Well, the name of this item is the Evil Legacy.
Mm-hmm. So it is, what you're saying.
Probably? Anyways, what it lets you do is pretty good. It has the ability to awaken a new power with it. So instead of like picking up new weapons like Dante does, Nero's Devilbringer like absorbs demon arms and it gives it demon things and it gives it new abilities. In this case, what that giant creepy looking skeleton does is it lets me hook on to grapple points. So that's like the lamest thing ever.
You have received the evil, undying grapple beam.
Yeah, this is the demon of grapple beams.
I ate at Grapple Bees once.
They body slam you into the table whenever you were done with the food.
Oh, so
Here's your steak, pile driver. Hooah!
Yeah.
so there's a couple things like the Evil Legacy that don't carry over for New Game Plus, but most things do. Anything with a real utility does. One thing that carries over is there's a thing that lets you see your devil arm will grow if there's a hidden thing nearby. So this is our introduction to secret missions, which count as hidden, even though this one isn't very hidden. So I don't remember which one this is. Oh, it's just kill enemies within the time limit. That's pretty simple.
But like the different artifacts, will they change what his arm looks like? His demon arm?
No.
No, I wanted one where he has like a big cartoon glove on.
You know, having all this in the church seems random, but it's a church dedicated to Sparta. I think having random power-ups and secret levels, like that's a pretty good tribute, you know?
It's true, that's probably in their Bible.
Yeah.
Well, it actually is explained later why
Okay.
things are around. That is not totally random.
Okay.
This game really looks giving you this area with the little fences.
Yeah, this little fence area sucks. There's no other areas with little fences, but I hate those little fences, honestly.
Also, I love those guys' walk cycle. Hello, hero, come here. I'm gonna get you. Shit.
But I can, yeah, okay.
So, like, if this is a church, is the battle music playing right now, is this considered like a psalm? Or...
Yeah. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death.
The business district of the church? Oh, he's in the town. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's a whole, like, I guess, religious town. They made it very, very easy to skip cutscenes, which is good because there's a bunch of tiny door closing and opening cutscenes. But I might just leave those in because we're talking and we like each other's company.
It's the final remnant of the Resident Evil influence. It's the last vestigial thing.
Yeah, there's almost nothing that actually gets described in this game at all. Like, I actually can't think of anything that
Not
you
even
can go
the
up
story.
I can't think of a single thing that you go up to and, like, just and gets described. It's only, like, doors and objects you pick up.
Your grabby hand. Just, getcha, I getcha, I getcha.
Can you tickle the demons with your grabby hand? I feel there's many things you could have done with this grabby hand.
Let's see if I can do this. Oh, I think I got it. No, I don't have it. So you can still jump cancel in this game, and it refreshes your ability to jump and grab people, and if you do it right, you can just keep grabbing and jumping up pretty high, but it's actually hard.
Can you, like, out of bounds with it?
No, there's a ceiling. I mean,
Oh.
maybe. If maybe there's speed tech, I don't know. I'm sure there is, but I don't really... Since everything is just, like, very tiny rooms with clear exits anyway, like, there wouldn't be much point in out of bounds, I don't think. Because it's not like a big connected
Says
door.
you!
I think that's part of how they let the game look so good for 2008. And also, like, remember, this came out, like, right at the launch of the new consoles, so, like, people weren't used to them yet. Like, usually launch games look pretty shit, even a year or two later.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that they did was they made a lot of really tiny rooms.
Teeny tiny room!
Anyway, this is a good place to sort of go over my basic moveset. This is my basic combo, and this is it's technically a different combo. If you wait a little
Is that the
bit,
official name?
I believe they're called Wed Cream Combo A and B. So basically, yes.
If
Whipped
I...
cream?
Web cream?
Red Queen.
Oh,
Queen,
It's the name of the sword.
Web cream.
Whipped cream.
I flubbed it.
That's web cream now.
So if
Making our own much better game later.
all of his, like with Dante, the way you differentiate between combos is the pauses. If you wait a bit here, you get your area of effect combo. If you wait right here, you get his really big angry tantrum combo that only hits one person. Except Nero's is really, really bad, and I'll almost never do that, because usually you'll only hit twice, and then you won't hit them with the rest. Let's see what else is there. There's just...
Fuck you, building!
Could you explain, like, so, I'm not sure why the UI pops up sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.
I
while
will
you're
explain
doing
that in just a second.
this. Okay.
So, if I hit lock on, it will pop
patient.
up. And if you listen really
Okay.
closely, every time it pops up, you can actually hear the gears moving from the sword. Because they're moving in the HUD.
Oh, okay. They're
can hear-
moving into his view.
He's looking at the sword really hard.
Could you explain what is happening in the upper left part of the UI?
I'll get to that after I explain
Okay.
I was gonna do
Okay.
that. I was gonna do the moveset now, and then explain to you the bonus content.
There's so much to explain.
There's a lot
Okay.
to explain. So he's got his high time, like I said. He's got his forward streak. He's got his ground streak, which is that. Oh yeah, he's got shuffle, where he goes back and he's invincible for a second, and then he doesn't attack. And you can actually cancel that to other things. What am I missing? Oh yeah, he's got a mid-air combo. He's got a second mid-air combo, which like helicopters him up. And he's got a... If you hold forward and attack, he'll do his down. Is that everything? That might be all of his moves. I'm sure I'm forgetting one. Oh, and his shoot. And if you hold, you get a charge shot. And if you hold for a bit longer, you get a better charge shot. And if you hold for a really long time, you get like a ridiculously good charge shot that is... It's kind of overpowered as hell if you let it charge to be red. The red charge shot will hit somebody for a lot of damage, and then they'll walk around for a bit, and then it will explode for even more damage. And also a knockback. And I've basically remapped controls so that shot is on left trigger, and I'm literally holding that down at all times. Like, there's no reason not to. When I did Bloody Palace mode, which is just like 100 floors of combat and it takes like 2 hours, my hand afterwards is just an arthritic claw from holding fire the whole
It's
fucking
from
2
your
hours.
demon arm.
So those are all the
I got
basic
carpal.
moves.
Got carpal tunnel from Devil May Cry 4.
So now I'll explain how revving comes into it. So if I hit the right trigger button, you'll see that it revs. Actually, first let me just explain. The green is health, and the blue is Devil Trigger. Actually, fuck, let me just explain Devil Trigger. It's real quick. So Devil Trigger is this. His Devil Trigger is different. He gets a demon after image. Like, he gets a stand. He gets a stand, and it attacks after him, and it's JoJo. The activation actually makes you invincible and is its own attack. And basically, there's a demon swordsman using Yamato. Spoiler, you get Yamato at some point, and it unlocks your demon trigger. So that's technically using Yamato, and the demon after image stand uses Yamato to attack after you, which is both double damage and covers a lot more ground, and there's a few enemies who like might block one attack, but they wouldn't block two. And also, if you do a Buster attack while you're in Devil Trigger, it will do a slightly different animation and do more damage. So you see me use that on bosses a lot, because like, they'll all have special Devil Trigger animations, and it does more damage and looks cooler.
I like things that look cool.
But Nero goes in and out of it a lot, since it's also, like, gives you invincibility. Oh, and you can cancel into it. And, like, right in the middle of this, I could do it and cancel into it and continue a combo. I can't now, because I ran out of Devil Trigger juice. Anyways, last mechanic.
Double trigger juice back.
You hit things or you taunt. You get it back pretty fast, honestly.
Yeah, you
like,
get it back by being an asshole.
You do the other one. There we go.
What'd you say?
So now I'll explain rev. Oh, and I should actually let me explain taunting. It's like in the last game, you do different animations depending on what your style meter is. Only the taunts in this game are way, way better.
Style meter?
Oh, God, Boots, didn't you watch the other ones?
He popped in for like 5 minutes on
Well,
every-
they're on YouTube.
Okay, fine. You don't need to tell me.
Devil Trigger, I guess I should explain that. The style meter is like, the more times you hit somebody, it goes up. If you hit them with the same move over and over, it won't go up. If you get hit, it will go down. Basically, it's how cool you're playing.
Yeah,
If you're hitting
it was
people, if
very
you're doing a lot of
concerned
combos,
with how cool you are.
yeah, if you're doing a lot of combos and not getting hit, your style meter will go up. And there's a few other
Oh,
things like.
that's your like letter thing.
You
Okay.
demoning
Okay,
cool.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh, there's
You
one
demoning-
move. There's one move I can't show you here, but Nero has a move
Because
where
it's too hot.
it's too. It's because it needs an enemy. If he dodges at the last second, instead of doing a dodge roll, he'll sort of slide to the side, and it gives you a lot of style and a lot of invincibility. And you can also chain it 3 times. So it's a lot like the Trickster Dash from the last game.
If you chain it enough, do you do the electric slide?
No, if you chain it 3 times, you never do it more than once. But if you do it 3 times, you can go in a circle around them. That's kind of like the.
Ooh, that's pretty funny.
Okay.
Rotating, that's good.
Swear to God, last mechanic, and then we can go back to actually watching the game be played. But this one's a cool one.
Yeah.
So if I hit the right trigger button, I will rev the sword, and you can see in the top left corner it actually gets revved. And I can rev it again, and I need to hit it 3 times. I need to rev it 3 times to get it up a level. And each level adds to my special moves. So my normal moves will just go faster and do a bit more damage, but every time I swing my sword normally, it'll use one of those charges. But my special moves, like Streak or whatever, will get powered up. And if I take it to level 2, it'll get powered up even more. I'll do 2 revolution. Oh no, I guess I only do 1. If I take it to level 3, it'll get powered up even more. Things like that. But obviously, revving it up takes forever and is kind of impractical. So you generally don't want to just sit here and battle and rev it up. That's super lame. So there's another technique you can buy that I have, which lets you charge it up faster. If I hit the rev button right as I attack, wow, I hit a level 3. I didn't really want to. If I hit the rev button right as I attack, it'll make a little noise, and I'll get 1 level charge. And as you saw the first time I tried to show it off, if I time it really, really perfectly, I'll get 3 levels. So basically, every time, if you're playing optimally with Nero, you're always holding down the left trigger to charge up your shine, and you're hitting the right trigger every single time you swing your sword. So it gets pretty mechanically
Your hand will
complex.
be mush by the time you're done.
It really hurts your hands after a few hours, guys. It really does. So that
on the level with like with the monster hunter claw people had to do on the PSP.
oh, there's
I don't know
one
if you
move
heard
I
about
didn't
that.
show you yet. If you're running, oh, this is explaining the exceed system right here. Actually, if you're running and you hit the taunt button, let's see, where's an enemy? Remember that dropkick that he did against Dante in the opening? Fuck. Sprint already. There you go. Well, you can do that to people, and it gives you a lot of style.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, and these are the, these haven't been introduced yet, because, you know, again, we're playing on a higher difficulty level. But, these are... If these look familiar from DMC1, it's because they're literally the same enemy from DMC1.
Well, lizard friends, why you?
Oh yeah.
Don't kick my lizard friends. Stop that.
Oh, one thing that you can do with some people is if you mash the Buster button after grabbing them, you'll do it longer. Like, instead of slamming them 3 times, I slam these dudes 5 times.
You know, I really wish when you summon the after image, like the stand, Nero just started going like Nero, no, 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 no.
Nero. Yeah.
Like JoJo style. Yeah.
Oh, you've never seen these things yet, because... So for the first time, in the previous games, when you blew up red crystal concentrations, they were gone. But in this game, they respawn every time, so now you get to see them finally.
Face.
Yeah, these look really... In the other games, they were just like red crystals. In this one, you can see the faces coming off them. But,
Hey, Frank West.
yeah?
Mills Blank says that you should add rev noises to your gamer mouse.
Vroom, vroom. Yeah, no, every time I click, every time I click to shoot, it revs.
Oh, that'd be so good though.
So the other hidden thing that my arm will react to is the hidden orb caches, which I think you've seen in before, but I don't... Those also respawn, and you need to get them in this game to get good ranking. And what I just did, that second jump up to the top, which you guys will see in a second, is like the actually really hard to double jump up to the top. It's the worst thing. I've seen good players where it takes them like 3 minutes to make that double jump. It's really finicky.
Ooh, good.
If we go over there, the bridge is up, so we can't go that way. We'll go this way. And we'll continue another... Well, oh no. After we get through this next room, we'll continue another long-running DMC tradition. Oh, this is where you get introduced to Scarecrow legs, which is a totally different enemy.
I can't do anything with these scarecrow legs.
They seem a lot less practical. They have to do...
Walking around on my scarecrow leg.
They have to hop around.
If I ever confessed that the lobster hand things was stolen from a thing an actual guy did in an improv
Oh, yeah, I
class.
think you said, yeah. But, like, someone actually asked me about that the other day. I think it might have been Zarla or something. Like, didn't Boomswood say that actually happened?
Yeah, it was like the perfect ruin of a scene.
Yeah.
These guys look stupid.
Yeah, they're like
Like,
Scarecrow,
things,
but
I'm
stupid.
all about monsters with dumb legs, so I am very aroused right now.
Oh, one unfortunate thing is that unlike in the last games, the instant you kill the last enemy, your style meter is gone, and your taunt is your basic taunt. So, like, you can't do your cool S-rank taunt after everyone dies. You have to do it before you kill them. It's very unfortunate.
Hello.
Hello? What?
Jimmy.
Oh,
showed up.
Jimmyfranks?
Did he? Oh, I didn't hear him. I didn't hear anybody join.
He's not saying
He's not
anything.
talking. Maybe he
silence
just
of
saw
Jimmy
us in
Franks.
and thought we were recording an episode
He's
without
just
him.
he's just walking in and judging you
Like I'm not used to being judged.
by Jimmyfranks and your Devil May Cry skills.
Jimmy Judge.
Very few people know this, but Jimmyfranks is
Judgy
the
Franks.
has the world record in Devil May Cry 4, so check it out. Stream.
Damn it!
He's so good at it when he plays it, it's called Devil May Cry 5.
Oh no, he turned into a cat.
No, that's Ruby. Come on, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. Anyways, it's the return of break the machine and then it works. A classic. Now we know that he's
can
Dante's
stay,
true
Jimmy.
successor. I disagree, he can't stay.
Well, we could change the stream name to Jimmy May Cry.
Oh, I should add one thing. There's a move you can buy, which is Sprint, which is this. In combat, it takes a long time to activate. Out of combat, it's instant. In the original game, it took a very long time to activate, even out of combat, and was basically worthless. And it made the special edition made it basically you start sprinting right away. And it's really good because there's a lot of empty ground you have to cover in this game. So like, it cut down on the tedium a lot to put that in the special edition.
So, just special secret info about the F+ Discord right now. We are now combining the title Devil May Cry with the names of for people on the podcast. So,
So would mine be Toasty May Cry or Devil May Toast? I like Devil May Toast actually.
Devil May
Devil make toast.
Devil May Toast.
Devil
That's
May
good.
Toast.
That's good. That's good.
Toast.
Devil make toast.
Lucifer, stop nomming sandwiches in my house again.
No, never.
Devil make toast. Nuts.
There's a sandwich place that opened up in my town. It's called the Melt Witch Eatery.
That's
I think
just
that's
rolls off the
no,
tongue.
it's the Melt Witch Food Company, and I need to actually log in Twitch
Is there?
because they have like I've shown this to Lemon. They have the worst possible logo you can imagine.
I was thinking that like they need to have a mascot that's a witch that's like nothing. Like, God, why does I need to get more work? Because I have the best ideas and nobody else acknowledges them.
Okay, look in the Twitch chat for the Melt Witch logo.
I do.
That's really bad. That's really bad. Melt Food Co. Witch.
Ooh, that's really good.
The Melt Witch.
Why is that a quote?
That's a real Don't Dead Open Inside kind of logo.
Don't dead open inside.
Yeah, so
Don't
on
open dead inside?
yeah, like I don't know if it's from the comic or I think just from the show, but like yeah, so there's a there was some in some zombie thing there was some door that was supposed to be don't open dead inside, but since the doors are right next to each other, it just says it looks like it says don't dead open inside.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how did the church guys get around?
Don't open dead inside, I mean.
What are these things here for? Did the church people have grappling hooks to get through their
Like-
sewer?
Yeah.
Oh, and this is
I mean-
another thing you've never seen. It's a style educator. Because again, these also respawn in this game.
I am a style educator.
You basically just need to get up above a certain style ranking, and then it breaks. And it gives you like a green or a blue orb, I mean.
Cute.
I just realized that those
There's
orbs.
a cake for you, Toast.
Oh. Oh, there it is. Yep, this one.
Those are cute little bloody zombie hands reaching into the those.
Adorable.
Maybe I
No,
should...
it's
Sorry, let me just say a few more things for the first boss fight. First, there is jump cancel in this game, and it's really important in this game in a lot of ways, more than in 3. But basically, if I jump while I'm touching an enemy, I'll jump off them, and it will cancel my attacks and also refresh my things, so like I'll be able to double jump again. I'll be able to do my, you can only do the diving attack, or the mid-air dash attack once per jump, but if you jump off, you can do it again. Things like that. And the other thing is that there are 2 demon trigger only moves. One of them is a projectile that you can charge up, which is this. And the other one is like a thing, I do this. It's a long charge up and a short range attack, but if I hit it, I do like this really long damaging combo. And I usually forget to do that one, but it's good. Anyways, first boss fight. Also, probably the best boss fight? No, second best.
Save the best for first.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. More demons.
Also, I love that every time you enter a door, it goes. It just interrupts itself.
it doesn't have the The grabby hand. I miss the grabby hand. I love the grabby hand on the door.
No, there are no more grabby hands. There's just like red lines.
Oh, fuck it. Uninstall. Stupid.
Literally
fucking-
unplayable.
Don't worry, we get variations of grabby hand in the next game,
Call,
kind of.
call Kamiya an asshole on Twitter, get blocked. We'll just do that anyways.
He didn't make this game, so.
Well,
That's why he'll block you, though.
well, I'm not saying. I'm just saying do that. Just do that.
If you talk to him about a game he didn't make, he will block you, which is great.
Oh, this monster's pretty cool.
Demon's.
Yeah.
It's like an Ifrit
Lionel.
centaur.
This is, well, he'll tell you who he is in a moment. Also, I don't know why there's like a Wild West coal mining town here, but
Yeah,
they're
that's...
having a Wild West like standoff.
yeah,
Giant-
there's literally a Wild
fire
West coal mining
centaur
town,
monster.
so
There's a
that they can
giant-
have this.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite lines of dialogue is this guy's, I think, last line in this cutscene.
Wanna make it another 2000?
Yeah, boy.
The fire hell.
The fire. Oh.
You might be thinking like, oh, I bet there's conquerors of the other hells or no. That's just his thing. Anyways, this boss is really fun because it's really easy to jump cancel off him, and you can actually, if you're good, you'll fight the whole fight in midair without ever touching the ground.
Wait, so what was his? I misunderstood. So his name is Burial.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like Belial, but they got an L and an R wrong. That's interesting. That never happened.
Oh, so he's weak, and that means I can do a grapple attack on him, which is that. Burial actually has like 3 grapple attacks that Nero can do. Oh wait, I can do another. There we go. Wow, I'm beating the crap out of this dude.
I'm just like the Breath of the Wild Lionel music just going on the whole time.
Yeah, this is basically a Lionel.
It's kind of a dragon friend, sort of.
I think no joke. This guy looks awesome. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. I like.
You're gonna
Yeah, no,
tattoo that guy to your face.
I want a poster of this guy on my wall. It's
Oh, let me see if I can get around behind him. Oh, I didn't get it. I think the third grab happens when you grab him from behind? Yeah. No, it's the same. But I did do a bunch of punches to him. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you're in Devil Trigger form and you fire your shot, you'll shoot out phantom daggers that look kind of like Virgil's daggers. Which I'm sure is just a coincidence.
That's
And
just a coincidence.
There's no like connection to Virgil or anything.
I love how he just flops around with the ragdoll physics when you hit him. Just blah blah blah. Limbs.
Don't ask.
Anyways, a built-in way that they make this easy for newer players is all of the buildings had health. So when you have really low health and you're getting hit a lot, like, managing how he blows up the buildings to give you health is important. It's sort of an extra meta level to the fight. It doesn't really exist when you can just beat the shit out of him.
Bye bye, kitty.
Anyways, I think that animation that Nero does here is supposed to be sort of like a Wild West hands-on-hip thing to finish off the theme, but I'm not really sure. It's a really weird pose. I don't know what else that is.
Well,
I thought he was about to do the take on me, dancing on the street.
It looks like he's perusing the land, like, I guess this
Yeah.
is all mine now.
about to break into a musical number.
Fire, are you still burning? You stop that.
Oh, you fire! You never stop. Oh, you're clear. Your ratings were also almost ass.
Almost
Do
as.
better.
As
As So just to finish explaining all possible things about Nero and how to play,
good.
this is a power-up system, which is new in this game. So you still get red orbs, which you use to buy items, but which I have like a billion of. And like in the last game, when you buy an item, it gets more expensive until a certain cap. These were all pretty cheap before. But you also get this, which is your level up, and you get Proud Souls, which is based on your ranking at the end of the level. So there's actually like an incentive to get a good ranking, and you use it to buy moves, but you can also refund the moves. Oh wait.
Can I forget how to air jump?
Well, every time you buy a
Dash.
move, all the other moves get more expensive, and it's usually a small increase, but then the increase gets bigger and bigger, and like the last several moves cost a ton extra. So it's actually pretty quick to get most of your moveset, and then there's like a third of your moveset you have to really work towards, which I think is neat. And you can also choose to have a like, oh, let me try out the charge shot instead, and forget how to do this attack, which doesn't really make sense, but hey.
It's like Pokemon.
Mhm.
Oh, is that the connection? Is Nero a Pokemon?
He is a Pokemon. That is actually the secret, and that really ties in with the sort of Sonic alternate universe that he goes into.
Yeah, it's the multiverse theory of Devil May Cry 4 and only Devil May Cry 4.
I was just gonna say that I realized the orbs, the face on the orbs, kind of looks like Tor Johnson from Plan 9.
The game doesn't really get that interesting combat-wise until we start fighting things that aren't scarecrows, because scarecrows are kind of boring. They're literally just punching bags that you can't really lose to. Honestly, at this difficulty, I'm not going to take enough damage from anything, but at the next difficulty, there's like some things that I don't think I'll be able to do while talking, so I think I'm probably going to stick with this difficulty.
That's okay. We can have Toast talk for you. Meow.
Hey,
I mean, I'd rather like funny happen on this sort of thing. So.
Oh. We could have,
Okay, goodbye.
we could have Kitty Cat talk.
Oh yes, absolutely, yes. I like
Oh. Hello, I am Cat. I play video games.
I can make cat.
Are you guys streaming or what's going on?
Hey.
this play.
Yeah.
You've been here for a while, huh?
Yeah.
I've just been in and out.
Frank's
What's the
streaming to the F Plus channel. He's playing Devil May Cry 4 and he's explaining to us literally every single thing about it.
There was a blue orb up here, but there's not anymore.
My cat's hanging out and crying at me.
Yeah, and then Boots' cat is being a kitty. And if you go, if on Steam, you click on the game that Frank is playing in your friends list, you can actually watch the game feed in real time, if you so desire.
Well, close to real time. Closer.
There'd be
Closer to
another
real.
blue orb hidden on the other side of this gap, but it's a pain in the ass to get to, so I won't.
Yeah, I can. Frank, if you can't talk, I'll make Boots kitty noises. I'll make Boots' cat kitty
Would you
noises.
do that no matter what?
Sure.
I'd get my cat to do it, but he doesn't meow.
Cat doesn't meow.
He doesn't meow. He just makes this like weird chirping noise. Like,
Are you sure your cat isn't a bird? Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, Freddy does it way more now that he's like completely deaf.
Of course he's a cat. He does a little bird noise and then he flaps his adorable little cat wings and...
See, I could just do that the whole stream. It'll be great. Everybody will stick around for that.
Yeah, it's solid. Thank you.
so is Devil May Cry, if I'm not mistaken, was originally going to be a Resident Evil game, right?
Correct.
And then within the
Wow, sounds like somebody didn't watch my first playthrough of the first game. Where I
Like,
talked
he
all about
already
that.
knows. He already knows.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I certainly didn't.
Somebody didn't, and also not me.
Anyways, I'd like to point out that Nero was walking on a bridge that goes nowhere. Like, the cutscene stops him and breaks the bridge, but I don't know where the fuck he was going. It's like there's nothing.
He already knew that the bridge was going to break if he stepped on it. So he was like, it doesn't matter where it goes.
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
It was one of those signs by the road that said "Scenic View here."
Demon Crossing.
anyways, there's these enemies which are also from the first game, and they have the same introduction as they did in the first game. Except for the fact that they don't attack you right out of the cutscene this time, which is nice.
Weird, kind of like, yeah, spike demon thing, lizards, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're
remember these
frost.
guys.
They're lizard friends. Why are you so mean to the lizard friend?
I will say that in this game they're a little bit they're more different from the assaults, which are the normal lizards. In the first game, they were sort of just reskinned assaults. In this game, they're pretty different. They're a lot slower. They can regenerate health more often, and they're more focused on slow, long-range attacks. So they're actually a pretty different enemy in this game. But still, they reused several of the enemies from the first game because I think they just didn't know who to make.
I
I like the design of an enemy that has a tail that comes out of the back of its head.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have that. The
Final
assaults do
Fantasy
too.
7
Yeah.
and this.
Oh yeah. I like how
And
I like how
Blood
Nero's
Bowl.
just like, fuck these pillars in particular. Just like,
Oh.
alright.
There's one cool thing you can do if you hold. Wait, do I need to have one? Oh, I do need to have one. If you have at least one rank in the thing and you hold down the forward attack button for his like slash attack, then you can sit like this and you can actually rev it up like this. It doesn't really do anything, but it's a neat thing you can do. Anyway, here's Gloria.
Anyway,
Well,
hi
after
Gloria.
in the middle of this long ass bridge.
Whoa,
Ooh,
Gloria.
an ass bridge.
Take it to the ass bridge.
You see, Jimmyfranks, this guy has this, like a motorcycle engine, like
Yeah.
in his sword.
Neat. Is the name of the sword Gloria?
No, this is.
Oh, I should have
Gloria.
been.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of delay from what Frank says.
Well-
The sword was named Edge
A little
Cream.
bit.
What?
I hope you
Edge
like
cream.
uncomfortable
Edge
amounts
lord?
of sexuality.
Edgelord? What the fuck is going on?
That's a good question.
What's Gloria?
Is she fucking the scarecrow, or is it fucking her?
No, she's
No,
just how
she's
she
pile
fights.
driving it, of course.
She's
So
pile
she is
driving.
having sex with it.
Right. That's how you have sex in the Devil May Cry universe.
Lady Sia, no.
Probably. I imagine Kamiya's wildest fantasies involve a pile driver.
This is, you know what? This is why Lady Sia always covered her face, because if it ever get exposed, she would turn into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pop star. Fuck you guys were old. Anyways,
I just think she's called Sia.
I thought it was Lady Sia. Whatever.
Lady Gaga.
They're the same person, I think.
This was pretty much
that
Lady
ass
Gaga,
shot was
isn't it?
pretty great.
Oh man.
I mean, they both
Yeah,
did receive
but-
Order of the British Empire.
That's true.
Right. Yes.
I like that. I
Okay.
like that posing was so important here. That she almost gets killed because she was posing for a really long time.
Posing is important for character creation.
Hey, I just saw her butt.
You sure did.
What kind of
would've
video
been
game
so-
is this?
Thanks for,
It would have been
thanks
so
for coming.
great if after all that, Nero.
Never seen you before.
That would have been so good.
Nero's like, I haven't seen you before, Shifty. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have noticed. Considering.
Wait, have we met?
You're Nero, right? I've heard rumors.
Hasn't everyone?
Quite a few.
Oh, he's hiding his arm. That's right. Not very well.
Oh yeah, that's another thing Jimmy
And
Franks
then
is. He has a
there's-
demon arm that he's trying to hide from everyone.
No matter the number you kill,
But he's really bad at it.
more will come.
If I didn't know better, I'd say this
Those are-
game was from Japan.
Those aren't very good weapon holsters, lady. That's not a good place to hold your sharp
We got some
weapons.
personal slang to take care of.
Would you know, Frank?
I'll join
Well, I mean, I think you're about to see it, but yes, I think we all know that's a really bad place to keep your
Oh.
sharp weapons.
Wait, that blade sticks right into her calf.
Well, she folds it first, I guess.
With where she, even with how she felt that. That's past tense.
I just picture her like all sexily sitting down, and then you just see like blood trickle down her thighs, like
I
down her
think-
calves.
I'm just worried that without any pants, that she's gonna slip and fall in the snow.
That's not a concern in the Kamiya universe.
Anyway, that's obviously a really important character of the storyline that we'll find out tons of special and secret things about in the future.
Ah,
As the
how
game goes
great
forward.
would it be if she was just a regular NPC though? Like the scene went nowhere. How awesome! How
Yeah.
awesome would that be?
Yeah, how crazy would it be if that scene went nowhere?
Like, oh, frick! No! Have I once again predicted something that happens in Devil May Cry?
It'd just be so nuts if that scene was fucking useless. Gosh. Good thing this is Devil May Cry, a game where everything follows in a logical order from the things that happened beforehand.
So anyway, with your demon arm and your engine sword.
Anyways,
I like
with
the-
my engine sword, I have to break all these chairs.
His double-barreled revolver.
Double. Yeah. I also
It'd
like
be
the
great if you had to
picture.
reload it. Click, click, click. Oh shit, hold on. Click, click, click.
I like the picture of the Pope back there. Just every time you go past him, I just picture him being like, "Hello, I fucking died."
I wish the eyes in the painting followed you.
Yeah.
God, I am doing so good at developing this game right. Where's my time machine at?
So anyways, so like, I don't really get the destructions. They're the instructions, but a lot of the things you talk to will talk to you. Like, the description will be in the first person. Like, these things are, they will tell you, we are the gyro blades. It's not written anywhere, so I guess it's talking to me?
Well, I'm guessing that's like a Shinto animism type thing, where like half the things in video games are sentient for some reason.
I guess? Oh,
It's like,
here's
have
some
all
dogs
those
that are also
eyeballs.
revolvers. They haven't been introduced yet, but they're dogs that are revolvers.
Oh, of course.
What? All right.
They shoot off their heads and then reload them, and if I pick them up, then
Yes.
I can shoot the heads at...
That is strangely. That's strangely adorable.
Do they shoot sausages and little tiny snack bows?
That'd be so cute. So, can we call these things? I'm submitting this now. Can we all agree to call these things Isfahounds for the rest of the?
Yeah, I support that.
I'm into it. I forget what their actual name
Alright.
is.
That is their actual name. I decided. I retcon this.
Can you make sure you kill at least one of those Isfahounds with a double-barreled
Ooh
revolver?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Inaccurate.
If I try and go this way, I actually cannot yet, because there's fireballs.
It was impossible for you to kill me. That thing only had one firing pin.
Also, I'm a dog wolf. That's how his mama talked to me.
You know,
He's a dog.
revolver face dogs are cool, but I miss the stretchy face dogs from the first game.
Yeah, yeah. My face gone.
Yeah, they
Oh,
face their face out.
Hello, Ifus. Also, fireballs much video game?
Fireballs, anyone?
There, I killed it with a revolver shot.
Tennis, anyone?
Where's this thing? Oh, there it is. If you grab it from oh, that was a really good angle on it. If you grab it from above, you get like a downward shot where he sort of spanks the dog's butt, which you'll get to see in a second.
No, stop that! I am Isfahound, and I do not approve.
Well, that's not appropriate.
That's a really good hit on, actually.
Well, thank you.
It's really good to do an impression of Isfahan where it's just, hello, I am man.
Hi,
Just
I'm,
generic man.
hi, I'm the generic me that was given life.
So, like, again, the very weird, bad poetic descriptions from the other games is now an inscription on the tablet reads, collect the 4 statues and open the way to the arena. That's it. Like, that's... They've really
Game
done away with
stopped
the
giving a
Resident Evil.
shit.
Yeah, they're done with the Resident Evil shit. This game is about fighting things. Oh, and you can break these windows. This one doesn't get you anything. There's a window at the other end of the hallway that you can't break because you break it in a cutscene later. So you can't break it now.
Alright.
So anyways, this whole area is supposed to show you... This area is actually pretty well designed, honestly. Like, environmentally, figuring out where you're going is kind of interesting. It kind of feels like the first game, which is fitting because it's also a castle. Most of the game is pretty linear. It's just go here, do that. But this part's sort of like figure it out while still having a linear path.
Do you think maybe this started as like a remake of the first game, and then they just used the existing stuff to just make a new game? 'Cause it seems like it seems like it's
Maybe
harking
it
back to it a
started
lot.
off as a remake of Resident Evil 1.
It's actually, I think, it's the opposite. And that they put those things in. Originally, Dante was not necessarily going to be playable in this game at all. And it shows, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. Also, these are swords that are also lizards, by the way.
Yay!
Oh, they're like lizard birds?
Yay! Best game.
I might show you. I might show you closer up. Again, none of these enemies have been introduced yet, though. I'll get
Hello,
an
I
introduction
dinosaur.
cutscene when I'm supposed to fight them, but because I'm on a higher difficulty, I'm fighting them early. Oh, also, this room has spikes on the ceiling. Oh no, it doesn't yet. I'm wrong. It will later. Ignore what I said. It does have this really fucking cracked floor, which, like everything in this game, is not detail for detail's sake, but because it's part of a thing we have to do later.
Oh, by the way, I meant to comment on it earlier, but then talking happened. What is the 3S rank called? Because it was something really stupid, and I wanted.
Smokin' sick stylish.
Yes. That's so stupid. Smoking stick style. It sounds like something Guy Fieri would call a hamburger.
Anyways.
It's smoking. It's sick. It's stylish. Anyways.
This is a puzzle.
Can the next Devil May Cry have Guy Fieri as the announcer, like calling out the ranks and stuff? That would. Pretty sure I'm creating the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, I don't. I you might
Demons,
wanna
drive-ins, and dives. I double jumped over to this crate place and got some
Vortex.
great onion rings.
Portax, when does your GoFundMe go live?
Just need to get some concept art going.
Oh, the magical berries here are rad as hell, actually. I have to charge up my sword to level 3 to get up to that area, or there's no other way to jump up there high enough.
Painting is still, hi there, I'm still dead.
Hey there.
Hi there. I don't know why,
wearing a
I don't know why I
I'm
gave him that voice.
This is the Pope voice.
Pope bucket hat. 30th. Can sound like great.
Alright, more of these lizard things. Cool.
Yep.
That's hard.
A really nice thing is that unlike the first game, their teleport isn't an attack anymore, because that was the worst thing in the first game. But now they'll just sort of teleport to you and leave themselves vulnerable, which is nice.
Well, it seems like, so far it seems like one good thing about the smaller areas is that you don't get the shit where it's just like, oh, this enemy's off screen, or like, I can't see this enemy, and they're just shooting shit at me.
Yeah, there's a lot less, I mean, these are probably the only real long-range enemy in the game, and they're not that long-range, like... And this game still obeys the rules of, like, if it's off-screen, it doesn't really want to attack you. If you can't
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
that's true.
It doesn't obey it as hard as Devil May Cry 3 does, but it also doesn't have to. It actually occurred to me after the fact that one really big room with all the archers, if that didn't have the off-camera rule, would be impossible. Like, I didn't really... Because there's like a billion of them and they're all staring at you the whole time, so...
Yeah.
There's a waterfall. Here's an item.
Cool. Where's the diner? Has it got really good food there?
Here's a TV that looks like an apple.
Here's the good movie theater. Here's the movie theater that's not that great.
Oh, this thing rhymes. I don't know why, but we can't
Maybe
break
it's
it.
Chester.
I wonder if we'll play as another character who can break it. Probably not. That sounds ridiculous.
Maybe Lanky Kong can break it.
When does the lady with no pants come back?
I wish Jimmy had waited until the very end of the game. That's the only thing he has.
I'm trying to think when she does. Chapter 10? Chapter 11? Or in chapter 2?
Frank, we do have to specify, are you talking about the same lady that that Jimmy is talking about?
I
Or are you
mean,
thinking of a different lady with no pants?
I'm trying to think of when
The last 5 minutes is all of the exposure to the Devil May Cry franchise that I've ever experienced. So
It's pretty...
a very narrow frame of reference.
Not really, though. You pretty much
Yeah,
got
you pretty
the
much
idea.
got it. Nice hit.
my only experience with any of these sort of games is that I played the entirety of Bayonetta.
Bayonetta
I still
is-
need to play that.
And I
Bayonetta
still
is the
understand-
guy
I
who made-
understand none of it.
Bayonetta is the guy who made DMC 1 doing a take on DMC 4.
Okay. So that's not actually the same guy.
No, the guy who made the first game, who directed it,
Okay.
did not make any of the others.
Oh, okay.
Capcom just decided not to take the guy who had made a hugely popular and influential series, and then they had a completely different team make the sequel, and everybody hated it.
Because Capcom makes the best decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't tell him he wasn't going to make it. He found out there was a sequel when the press did. I think. Like, nice one, guys. And now he doesn't work for them, which is weird. Oh, I just skipped a cutscene where a door opened. Sorry, everybody.
Oh shit.
Why is
no,
it
I
playing
broke-
Resident Evil music now?
I really wanted to check out the door physics.
Oh,
Restart
actually,
the level.
the force fields all went away, is what happened. There would be a blue orb in there if I hadn't already collected it. Forgot what was in there.
Okay.
I'm really
I-
honestly missing all the grabby hands. It just makes me really sad. I'm sorry.
I got more UI questions to ask.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, okay.
Those
so
are my favorite.
Yeah. So in that UI thing in the upper left, I noticed. Okay, there's a little. There's like a tachometer kind of meter there as well. But there's also a bunch of red lights that light up in like sort of a quarter circle. But then there's also 3 other like blinky spots for lights that are just kind of now blinking just a little bit. One of them.
Well, now is
Does any of that
tricky.
mean anything?
I don't know which.
He's talking about like the little blinky stuff in the upper left of the Gear Sword UI.
That shows
Yeah.
what level of charge my sword has been revved up
Okay.
to.
Oh, okay.
And I can get that by either actually revving or by doing that thing I said where I hit the rev button right at the end of an attack, which revs it instantly.
Yeah, Frank went over all this earlier in the pool of exposition on top of that building,
Oh.
where he explained everything.
Well,
Oh yes, best taunt! Everyone needs to be quiet for this.
we're about to get best taunt.
It's a really good taunt though. He plays air guitar, and you can actually hear the air guitar, and it goes on as long as you feel like.
That's pretty good.
It's really good. If you get that at the end of a fight and then someone dies, you can just sit there playing air guitar forever.
Oh yeah, smoking 6 style.
Just like in real life.
Smoking 6 style.
See, it's totally playing Resident Evil music right now.
Yeah, this is pretty Resident Evil-y.
Evilish.
Evolutionary? No, that's obviously wrong.
Wow. You should be in marketing. Resident Evolutionary.
Play as Dante in one of exciting new towns.
Anyways, so Nero was told that Dante was here in the castle, I think?
Okay.
I don't really remember. I think that's why we're here.
So Nero doesn't know why he's here, and we don't know why he's here.
That's one
I think Credo told him to go to Fortuna Castle because Dante was there.
So, you
He's
after this
flipping the
guy's over,
pages
just
with the
gonna
gun.
catch some demons.
I don't know why I love that so much. Sparta?
Demons?
Hello, demon.
Silent type, huh?
Hello, I demon.
See, that's what you don't realize, but what you can figure out from context maybe, is that that's the armor of the Order of the Sword. So that's why he's friendly with this dude. But then the dude is actually evil anyway!
Plot twist. Who would have thought that guy would be evil?
I know, right? He looks so good and nice. So these are probably my favorite normal enemies, actually. Oh, this room is really dark. It's the darkest room in the game. I find it
I
kind
feel
of
like
hard.
there should be more library and book puns in this thing.
God, that would be
Death
so
is
good.
overdue.
Ah, see, Jimmy's also making the greatest game of all time. Look at this.
I thought you had more spine than that. Distant Jimmy likes it.
Background Jimmy approves.
Oh, he hit me.
Wow. I really got you in
More
a...
like bleeding room.
Oh...
I got him.
I've really got you in a binding. Shut up.
I'm gonna use your public computers to masturbate.
It's not a joke if that's just what you're doing. Just saying.
Doing it as a joke.
That's funny. Usually when I masturbate, women describe it as a joke.
Usually.
Usually.
Other times it's a very serious
For
affair.
his armor.
That also relates to the upcoming episode of F+.
Outside.
Oh dear. Is it an episode about Frank masturbating?
No, it's Ask Reddit.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, and Evil Tiki, I believe is how you pronounce their name, points out this does look a lot like the library in Devil May Cry 1. They took a lot of cues from Devil May Cry 1. In fact, I would say that they also took the way that Nero plays from Devil May Cry 1, where you have a small amount of moves that cover a lot of situations. Instead of 3, we have a lot of moves that cover a few situations.
Say assistant.
I don't remember if... Oh yeah, this is where we get the ability to manipulate the gyro blades.
Ah, yes, of course. There's a special time in a boy's life where he learns how to manipulate the gyro blades.
But that's the next one. And again, I'll be right back. I drink a lot of water.
Gonna go-
sorry, folks.
He has to
I
go
need to
manipulate the gyro
I have
blades.
to manipulate the gyro blades, guys.
So, what's everyone's favorite video game? Let's list them all before Frank comes back.
Resident Evil 4.
Space
I'll leave
Taxi.
for a sec, too.
You guys are totally wrong. Yoshi's Island. That's fine. It's okay to be wrong.
Yoshi's Island is a really good game.
Yoshi's Island is a great game.
I think it's probably the best Super Nintendo game. It might be it's one of the best games that isn't Space Taxi.
One, I think that says that on the box. That's all the marketing went.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't ask which one was the best. He just asked which one was our favorite.
True.
You're wrong, Jimmyfranks.
I'm all.
Yeah, you're wrong. You all like Yoshi's Island. I just said that right now. In fact, Frank is gonna change this game to Yoshi's Island as soon as he gets back. He's gonna install a mod that turns Nero into Yoshi with all the sound effects, and it's gonna be amazing. God damn it! I really am making the best game of all time.
Yoshi may fall.
What did I miss? I heard sound effects,
So-
game of all time, and Yoshi may fall.
We're talking about how now you have to install a mod that turns Nero into Yoshi with all the effects.
There is a video of a mod that I want to show you guys, but I'll probably do it next time, because like I don't know how to stream a YouTube video impromptu.
That's fine.
I know that Toast will like it, considering some of the things he said about the orbs, but there's a really good mod for this game. Someone make
Oh,
it
Nexus,
do it.
Nexus Mods has a the DMC4 section.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of mods that people have
This
made
seems
for
troubling.
like skins. It's mostly just skins that make the game
So-
look more anime, honestly.
Can you make it so that the guys don't wear pants either?
Oh, that would be so good though! It's just a game where everyone's naked for totally no reason.
Just a pants-free Netherworld.
Nether regions. Good.
I'll have to log in to see the adult ones.
Thanks, babes. Doing the tough job so we don't have to.
So, anyways,
It's a dirty job. Someone's got to do it.
gyro blades you activate by punching them with your buster, and then you speed them. You charge them up with your sword, and you hit them with your buster to send them flying, and they break things.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
They're kind of fun. I kind of enjoy them as a mechanic.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
I showed how to you do the gyro blades. That's pretty
Oh.
much it.
You'll never beat Gyro Man now, Toast. You missed out. I mean,
Oh no!
Basically,
What about
you
Gyromite?
you wake them up by punching them, and then you charge them up by sorting them, and then you send them flying by punching them again.
Yay, fly away.
I might start skipping the door cutscenes, but I don't remember if... I think some of them are not just door cutscenes is the problem.
It's a trick to make you watch them all.
It's so easy to skip cutscenes in this game. Like, it happens so fast. I just kind of do it all the time automatically. I'll probably end up skipping a story cutscene by accident.
And you'll have to act it out in real time.
Like that after video on 3.
Oh yeah, that great video. Yeah, you both Boots and Jimmy need to watch that. Where we
Yeah.
watched the people doing the mocap stuff for Devil May Cry 3. No, for Devil May Cry 3. But it is like it's the same basic stuff, but it's obviously it's just like on a blank soundstage in like a warehouse, and two average guys are just doing all this crazy Devil May Cry shit, and they superimpose really bad CGI over it to get the idea of what it's supposed to look like.
What
I'll
did I-
explain this enemy
you guys-
later.
Is this like a whole series that I just wandered into? Have you guys been doing this for a year?
Yeah. Well, not a year,
Yeah.
but I've gone through the first. Well, I went through the first game, and I went through the third game, and I also played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is an amazing game. Very good.
Yeah, this is the longest I've ever stayed for one of them.
Mm-hmm. Usually,
Yeah.
Boots pops in halfway through, but he came at the start and didn't know what to do. So
Yeah,
I was stuck.
I feel bad. Just like I can't leave now. Here we go.
Yeah,
Also, I'd
usually
like to
just
point
pop
out,
in and play a sound effect and then leave.
I did
But,
one of
the-
the. Sorry, go. I did one of the
The-
other triple S taunts that you can do, where Nero like waves up his hand. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But my favorite part is if you let it play all the way out, he sort of sheepishly walks back and puts his hand down, and then very quietly goes, "Okay."
That's good.
It's really good. Like he's like, "I guess that's the end of the taunts."
The mod situation for DMC4 does not look that exciting.
No, it's like I said, it's mostly recoloring people to make them look more anime.
There's one that appears to just remove the texture and replace it with the color red.
Oh.
I'll copy that into the Twitch chat. Just to be helpful.
Good. See, guys, Boots is helping.
Anyways, I broke the coffin, which made this thing happen, but I can't use it yet until I get another item.
Your Honor.
Which door? This one, right? Yeah, this one first.
By the way, earlier, Stog called those gyro blades anime fidget spinners, and I just wanted to highlight that.
Yep. That's very good.
Maybe if they make a new Devil May Cry, that they will literally have anime fidget spinners.
Do I fight Mega Scarecrows here? No.
Yes.
Oh, I fight the armor dudes.
I mean, no.
So these are the dudes I was talking about who have the power lancers. They basically attack you by hitting you with your sword or lance in close range, and if they're far away, they'll charge up their lance and go flying at you. Which they can do from off screen, so you need to listen for them. If you hit them enough in their shield, they'll automatically counterattack, but that's pretty predictable, so you can actually abuse that by just dodging out of the way.
I know we're past it, but I love the little animation these armors had when they summoned their like shield and lance. It just kind of like put up their arms like huzzah, and they appeared. It was-
Whee!
If you do enough damage to their shield specifically... Oh, damn it. I fucking hit the fidget in the corner. If you do enough damage to their shield specifically, it will break, and then they kind of don't know what to do. For a bit, they're just like, shit. And then they just sort of fly around, but you can grab them for free then, so... And also hit them for free. And, oh, here's our second secret mission. I hope I didn't miss one.
Ooh, a second secret mission.
Oh, this one's pretty simple. You just have to grab someone, do midair grabs 5 times without touching the ground, which is literally just this.
Alright.
Yep. And as soon as you grab the orb, everybody's gone and you just leave.
Oh, I love this roof with the waiting pool.
Yeah, it's a nice roof. I don't know why they have a waiting pool in the... I don't really get anything that's going on with the architecture of this town, but... And I guess
I
just
remember
outside
that.
of town there's like an abandoned castle.
That was the exposition roof.
Yeah. Frank told us how the whole game works.
Yeah. And I didn't listen to it, so I had to ask later.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is our first introduction to Mega Scarecrows. They're like scarecrows, except they have a lot of health.
That's a phrase I like.
They're called that. I don't know. They look really fearsome, and in their intro cutscene, which we won't see for like 11 chapters.
What are they? They're big old blobs.
Yeah, pretty much.
They look stupid. Everything in this game looks stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Use your chainsaw sword to cut up big old blobby demons.
Hello. I feel like when you're making a video game, if you don't say tee-hee to at least half the enemy designs, you're not doing it right.
That was the design philosophy behind Wolfenstein: The New Order, I think.
Yeah, see?
Tee. Oh, that Nazi. It's such a...
I feel like that game was more of a.
Yeah, that was also fine. That's also acceptable.
That's acceptable as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad we can come to agreement on at least one thing, Vortex.
Yeah, we have the tee-hee versus the oh debate, which has raged in the gaming centuries. We can come together on that, I feel.
I don't know if you've looked at the Something Awful thread at all today.
No, actually, I don't have a Something Awful account, never look at it.
There was an argument actually happening over which was more stupid, the blowing up of the moon in Doctor Who, or the blowing up of the moon in Kumquat's reading. But it appeared to be like forming as an actual argument.
Oh dear. I mean, we gotta get to the bottom of this.
Damn it, it's hard to get this thing out in the hallway. There we go. So anyways, the Mega Scarecrows are like, they have a couple of really strong attacks, but they take forever to do, so as long as you hit them every once in a while, they're actually really fucking easy and not... They get this huge, imposing, scary opening, but they're not really very dangerous.
Just like real Scarecrow.
I like this this murder mini golf mini game you're playing.
Yeah. Oops. So you have to get 4 statues here, but you actually don't want this one to go in yet. I hope it went this way. Yeah, good, it went this way. Oh, you can also charge it up with a dropkick, which is nice. But we have to take this fidget spinner all the way down to the end to get the other... they're definitely fidget spinners, I agree with Stop.
Oh yeah. No, it's great.
Capcom visionaries.
Yeah, fidget spinners in 2008.
Can we start marketing fidget spinners that actually look like that, like the size and everything? Like, I think that would be pretty helpful.
Hey kids, hit them with your sword and they spin dangerous spikes around.
now, I've noticed that Montrose and Trav are both getting in on the action there on the Discord. The Devil May Cry F+ crossover names.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just have to shepherd these two things back to the middle. And then I think we have our next boss fight, if I recall correctly.
Ooh, Monter's suggesting a mod that replaces all female characters in Devil May Cry with Dante. That's a good idea.
I actually really like the animation these things have when they open and close. This will probably be the last time you see it, so enjoy it!
Yay, I'm enjoying it.
Reminds me of one of my favorite YouTube videos, a YouTube video series where in Overwatch the characters can do like little victory animations or taunts or whatever, and so somebody did like all of the characters' taunts or victory whatever, but just as Tracer. And the thing is, like,
there's a lady with no pants,
stretches-
Jimmyfranks.
She just stretches out to like the dimensions
Yeah.
of like the bigger characters or the lanky ones, or yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty good.
I forgot, there's a character with no... There's a lady with no pants here, Jimmyfranks. Is Jimmyfranks still here? Did he go?
He's missing out.
You're running up to the computer and knocking stuff out. Crash into it. These ladies are showing off the hoo-hoo.
Yeah, this is, Like
Are
I
they
said, this
tiny?
game is the most anime, which means it's also the most gross sexually.
Are they tiny or are they enormous?
they're you'll
can't
see,
tell.
but they're just
Are you
human.
talking about
Oh,
at the size of an average human mother?
That's the best fucking YouTube video of all time.
It really is.
Oh, surprise!
They're like jellyfish women?
This is what you really look like.
Guys,
Not
I really don't
jellyfish.
like this early concept. I really don't like this early concept art for Splatoon. Oh, I like that though. What the hell?
Oh, I
is
like that guy. Who's that guy? That guy's my new friend. I don't want to start.
Oh, look, he's
My name
always
is Robert.
he's like an angler frog. He's barfing everywhere.
I do like the lady bodies are just ragdoll all over the place. Talking.
They put in some ragdoll physics in this game. They're like, we're gonna get our use out of this. It's gonna be some goods.
they definitely borrowed a couple people from the Monster Hunter team on this one.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that totally. I really like this. I like this guy.
He's a really cool design. He's also a giant pushover because in the frog form he doesn't really have any attacks that hit you easily, and then in this form he doesn't really. And then he sends the ladies out again, and they don't really have any attacks that will ever hit you either. So he's just kind of like a big punching bag. There's a lot of enemies in this game that are punching bags. Oh, if you damage with the ladies enough, you can grab it and drag the guy back out. But I backed up.
So, since it's been established that those are just his anglers, does he just spend all of his time making his little anglers, like, pseudo fuck each other?
Yes.
Just... Okay.
Oh, I like
What is this?
attack.
What is this music?
It's freaking dropout from Dance Revolution going on.
Oh, I like that he turns red. It's like classic arcade boss.
Yeah, all the bosses in this game have like a second form, but usually it comes with a visual thing, but sometimes it doesn't.
Would have been perfect if you started blinking too.
Bebop and Rocksteady style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what I think.
Oh no, swing around. My way.
I'll throw you by the lesbian antenna.
So long, big bossa.
Come on, it's just nasty. Wait, did he say brothers?
The anime, the Sentai 3-hit thing.
Like I told, Nero is even more anime because he doesn't know he's anime. Dante knew he was anime, but Nero is wrapped up in his anime story and he has no idea.
That was Dante's true power.
Oh, look at it. Oh no.
Hello.
I love their little waddle as a group.
We're close.
Anyways, the bonus we get from this dude is the corpse, the feeler, and that's the thing that lets us see hidden things. Absorbing that lets our arm is the thing that makes our arm glow in the presence of secrets. So this is where we would get that ability. So what mission are we on? I'd like to get to 7, at least.
I'm gonna shove this lady torso and find an orb.
My teenage dream ended. Says jokes on them. No, I would have fucked the frog instead.
Nani? Oh well. I don't know
It's
what
like
to
the little
say.
pink anime blush.
Yeah, yeah, and it
Well,
looks
not
totally,
bad.
it looks totally drawn on in like direct contrast to the look of the rest of the game.
Yeah. Again, we're creating the greatest game of all time.
Hey,
And it
remember
turns
those?
into like that dad dating game. Anyways.
Remember those dudes from the first game that were like ghosts that went through walls and attacked you with sharp objects and flew around?
Yep. Yep.
Hey.
Oh look, bringing the band back together.
Hey.
These are technically different, but they're pretty similar. They pretty much fight the same way with one exception.
Yep, compound F.
The exception being that instead of they take much less damage when their cloak is up. But if you get rid of their cloak, then they're just little bugs. Which are actually kind of cute.
Aren't we all?
And you get rid of their... If you shoot them, the main way to get rid of their cloak is to charge shot level 3 them. But you can also buster them or grab their cloaks off with your devil arm.
Noah really hates fences.
He fucking hates fences. Actually, the fences are the only thing here that don't give you a... that don't give you orbs. So they're the only things you're not incentivized to kill here.
More
He hates
reason
everything
to
in
hate
this...
fences.
He hates
He's
everything
just doing
in
it for the sport of it.
No, I hate fences.
Go punch your fence birds.
I have the smallest amount of fence.
The smallest.
Yeah, it's like it's like 6 feet long.
I think this is the fastest way to break everything in this room. It's just gunfire. Let's see.
Also, Isfahan is too busy to do anything about the stream, but he does say, "Good. I'm glad you named an enemy after me. Dance puppets dance." So, that's his contribution to the conversation.
Shoot. I didn't get the orb. Whatever. I don't know.
I'm spinning.
Is that all the... Oh no, there's a secret mission. Oh, there's a secret mission that I'm probably not gonna actually do all the way through. If it's the one I think it is.
Kind of secret mission.
Oh yeah. I'll give this one... Oh, this is a good place to show the ability I haven't shown yet. So, a later boss that I beat gives me the ability to grab someone and hold them up as a shield. Like this.
Sure.
So this mission, I need to get style points. I need to get up to style point C without doing an attack. Which means I can dodge. At least with Nero, it means I can dodge, or I can hold this dude in front of me and block attacks. And I can taunt.
This game is kind of silly.
It's a little silly.
A little silly.
It's kind of luck-based, but I might get it right here, actually. Nope. Okay, fuck it then. You pretty much have to grab one of the enemies and stand in the corner and let it absorb attacks and hope that they do the right attacks. It's not a very fun... It's not that hard, but it's not very... Your first time through, you don't have that ability. So if you... And this is also the first room where you have that auto-search. So you're almost guaranteed to find that secret mission because you see your arm light up for the first time. You're like, oh boy. And then you do that secret mission, and it is actually impossible for you to complete, but the game doesn't let you know that. And that's not the only secret mission that the game does that way. Like, it does that like 3 times. It's deliberate, and it's mean, and it's awful.
Jimmy, you have a bullet too. So do you, Frank. See?
I think Jimmy's gone, man. I think they got him. The demons got him.
Damn on. We gotta go save him.
Hey, remember that room in Devil May Cry 1? Like, right before you fought your Virgil the first time? And it's like,
Fought
had
your
the mirror
Virgil.
and the bed and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are.
Oh, cool. Hi, guys. Hi, Mirror. Hi, Bed.
Hello.
So,
And here's another secret mission. Which one is this one? Oh, this one's pretty fun. You just... this is the Gyro Blade secret mission. Oh, and also this is...
Yep. That's what I was referencing. Blah! He totally makes that sound. It's funny.
This is secret mission number 10, by the way, because they, at this point, forget how to number them. They don't know what order numbers go in anymore. It just goes from, like, 3 to 10.
what are numbers really in the Devil May Cry universe? Think about it.
What are numbers? I just don't know.
We just don't know.
Shit.
Thank you, numbers. Thumbers.
Numbers.
Slash around you.
just slash around.
I need to. Now I want to binge watch a bunch of Look Around You. I remember that show existed. It's a good show.
That's a good show.
Anyways, you're smacking these fidget spinners with a demon hand.
Yeah, I need
That's
to break 5 of the pillars with the fidget spinner. It's a pretty easy mission because I'm almost done with it and I've still got 45 seconds, so... It's pretty simple. I like it. I like more excuses to use the gyro spinners because they're actually kind of fun, if a little bit finicky. And, let's see. Where are we going now? Where are we? Oh yeah, we're here. So now we use this fidget spinner to break the pillar over here. And breaking the pillar doesn't do anything. Oops. Oh shit, I knocked it backwards. Oh god. Please no. If these things go a little bit off track, it's a pain to get them back on track. There we go. Okay. Breaking the pillar doesn't do anything. But Nier hits it so hard that it falls, and that cracked ceiling, or the cracked floor from before, is now broken. Which I guess is, like, the intended way to get around in this crazy-ass castle?
They had to replace the floor so many times.
Yeah.
Castle.
Like, there's no other way into this room that has a magical artifact in it, so... I don't know. Oh, these dudes are called Faust, by the way, I think. And I think we're about to fight the more powerful version of a Faust called a Mephisto? Yes, here he is. Their cloaks take a lot more hits, and they have a lot of crazy attacks. Most of which we probably won't see because I'll kill most of them too soon, but... Oh, you get to see him do the sheepish ending.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. This room has a few secrets in it. It's got this. Somewhere there's like more stash. There we go. Let's see. Is the one item that's like Oh right, one of these colored orbs is actually a holy water, which is actually a secret they stole from Devil May Cry 3. Like, there's a room a lot like this in Devil May Cry 3.
Weird.
And there's just like, oh, I just missed it, I think. Maybe I already picked it up. But yeah, one of the colored orbs on these little statues here is actually an item that you can pick up. And that is exactly a thing that they did in Devil May Cry 3, so it's really weird.
Hey, I looked away for a second. When did you start playing Jumping Flash?
I've been playing Jumping Flash the whole time. Did you never play Jumping Flash 4?
Oh.
This is the green glowy thing that you're missing. You missed the green glowy thing!
Yeah, I didn't feel like picking up that item. There was a vital star I could grab through a cage with my arm, but I didn't do it. Sorry.
Stream ruined. I was hoping you would do that exact thing, and you didn't do it.
What do all these Art Deco people do with these waiting pools?
I mean, they're a church, so it's probably just what they do with the money they get from the collection plates.
We're installing a really shitty pool.
This is where they baptize very thin people.
Very, very small people. They baptize mice with that pool.
Ooh, the razor attack. Ooh. It's a scary attack. It's their best one. Oh, I should add that the camera controls in this game are actually good. Like, for the first time in the series. I know, it's hard to believe. But you can actually control the camera in most of... freeform in most of these rooms. In the rooms that you can't, it's still pretty good. The only time it's not good is in really cramped rooms. And even there, it's not nearly as bad as it was on the regular in 3.
But I love using cameras in cramped rooms.
Oh, if you don't notice, these ice dudes will actually get their arms both chopped off by you, and they shoot them to do some of their attacks. And then they actually have to grow them back.
But I'm an ice dude.
And I'm an ice guy.
Nice.
How long have we been doing that I'm an ice guy? I think it's ever since we were doing Castle Crackers. I'm an ice
Yeah, I think so.
And then I came up with the great sidekick for an ice guy, which was a little almond. If anyone says that an ice guy was doing something bad, then that almond would start talking and be like, "But not almond." And that was the entirety of this duo. You can see there's an endless world of possibilities with these two characters.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of depth to each one of them.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have a lot of backstory and lore.
Oh, so the thing I got in that pit was the wing talisman, which activates these jump pads. And so now that jump pad that I revealed in the last level is jumpable.
I like my jump pads jumpable.
And with that, we'll leave the... Well, no, we've still got a little bit more of Castle to explore. But with that point, we pretty much leave aside any time that the game is anything but non-linear. Like, the whole rest of the game is just pretty much go through rooms in a specific order, or you've done something wrong. But it's probably better for it. We also stop having to take quite so much time blowing stuff up.
That's a horrible sentence.
I know.
I don't want to take up less time blowing stuff up.
Well, less time blowing up chairs and more time blowing up beamers.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Anyway, like, this is an interesting thing to do. It doesn't really make any sense. So he breaks the chandelier to drive it through a painting of the Pope to get a secret passageway. But he didn't know there was a secret passageway there. So he just did all this stuff and was like, oh, I could break this chandelier. Oh, it'd be fun to drive into that picture of the Pope. Okay, let's do it.
Oh. It worked out.
And he's like, oh, I guess there's a passageway. Like, what the hell? Dude, the man just died. Have some respect. Oh, actually, one of the changes they made in Special Edition was they changed the camera angle on this staircase. Because before, it actually was very hard to see where you were going. So I didn't... It's something I didn't actually notice, but then I saw a YouTube video of it when I was looking up something else. I accidentally saw a YouTube video of that. So I'm assuming they made a bunch of little changes for the Special Edition I don't notice.
So there's like a 12-hour long video. Highlights all the little things.
No, there's literally... I've looked for the differences multiple times. There's like no good list of them. So I don't really know some of the differences.
Huh.
I know a few
Why is there
myself.
almost no content for the series on this?
I don't know, it's crazy. Like, there's... This series has a lot of content for, like, combo videos. But even then, there's only, like, a couple videos telling you how to do the special techniques. I think everybody just talked on the GameFAQs forums that are deleted now. Like, I don't know where else it happens.
The Pope's been reactivated.
PopeBot 2000 online.
Summon Bominous Pope.
This happens to every Pope in real life, by the way. They just don't tell you
Yeah,
about it.
that's it, yeah. Oh no, they do tell you about it.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, in real life, they pick a new pope, quote unquote. But I mean, come on, it always
Yeah.
looks exactly the same.
It's the same Pope, yeah.
He came to us.
Anyways, is this actually, like, story? I guess you should pay attention to it.
I guess. I'm not gonna
Oh,
understand
here's
it.
this dude. The only dude in the series who's a bigger ham than Dante.
Ooh.
His Holiness.
Yeah.
You
Is it Blade Wolf?
look magnificent.
No.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's a face right there.
Dante.
Is this the basis for the facial animations in Dead Rising?
He's got like
What country is he supposed to be from?
I don't know.
I think
He's got like
it's
3
the same model
gimmicks.
as like Quark from Ratchet and Clank.
Gather everyone. I must use their minds on this matter.
Of course.
Shut him up. Forgot about the delay.
Angrily writing on the clipboard. It's his signature move. I fucking love that dude. That's Agnes, and he's the best. Except his boss. Well, I mean, he might be a boss. Who knows? I didn't reveal that.
Yeah, I mean, someone looks stupid in Devil May Cry. You're not probably gonna fight them later. It's fine.
I just turned up the volume of the game a little bit. It's fine.
I forgot that I was on a delay, but I just after the Pope started talking, it's like Credo. I was like, shut him up.
What color smoke do they use when they reanimate the Pope? My teenage dream ended then. Pretty good.
All right, I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Boots.
Bye.
Farewell, friends.
Boots for bootsing.
We're friends.
Boots for Franks.
We're friends now.
Boots for Jimmy's.
Congratulations.
I've got a friend. Wait, oh, I missed the... there's some barrels on the side platforms, but I missed them. Time to restart the whole game.
The whole game. Start over.
I actually don't think the orbs on the side platforms and barrels count for your goal, because I've skipped them and gotten an S, so...
Huh. It's kind of weird.
Anyways, here's this enemy introduced.
Damn it.
He runs up and kicks the huge door and he's like, well, time to leave. It didn't work.
I've tried literally every option on how to open a door.
Normally this kind of anime bullshit works.
Anyway, so these are the cutlasses, and they're fish mixed with swords.
That's a good idea.
Are you starting to see a pattern to some of these demons?
Oh, are kind of sorty.
Animals mixed with weapon.
It's just like Quest for Camelot.
I don't know why that tickled me so much.
Are you a big fan of Quest for Camelot?
I don't know, I just pictured like the guys them designing the monsters for this game in Capcom, they're just like cigarette butts, coffee, like we can't come up with it, and then somebody like reaches over for Quest for Camelot, like that's it! They see like that stupid chicken with the sword with the axe head.
His blade beak.
I got it!
Oh, did they blow up? The pieces of door are actually objects you need to break for orbs, but the enemies usually break them for you. I didn't even notice.
Well, that's
for,
nice
like,
of them.
I actually didn't notice for years until like one time they didn't break one of them, and I was like, hang on. So anyways, those guys, they sort of swim around and they'll come up to attack you, and there's a few different things you can do to knock them away when they're attacking you. And when they're swimming around, they're hard to knock out of the ground, but you can. They can get kind of...
It's like girlfish.
Anyways, now on to gimmick 1 of 2 for this level.
Alright.
This is the fun gimmick level.
What a fun gimmick level.
You don't.
I'm not the one playing, asshole. I want a fun
That's
gimmick.
fair enough. Wait, what happened in DMC 1 Evil Tiki? I don't know. Also, Millie really likes your Camelot joke. So, concerning life and death in this hell, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Jesus, it's awful rhymes.
Oh hey, it's the 4th level to for Gunstar Heroes.
So yeah, there's dice, and you hit the dice, and then your piece moves, and the colors. Oh wow! Yellow is shortcut, so I guess that's a shortcut.
Also, Toast Monster.
And then, just in case you
Nice
didn't
joke
get
in
it,
the chat.
just in case you didn't get it, after you
I
roll
like
the
it.
dice the first time, they explain it again with a different rhyme.
Just in case you didn't know how a board game works. Wouldn't it be great though if there was a Devil May Cry themed like Mario Party type party game? Think about it.
Actually,
Devil...
the purple spots only show up at this difficulty and above. I think that it means harder enemy encounters, but I don't really know what the purple means. It just looks fancy. But it appears,
It's to make it pretty.
it appears to just be the red spots of encounters, only, like, different colors. I don't know. Wait, oh, you're not dead. Oh, nice. I'll just play air guitar while he heals. You know, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
It's a badass healing.
There actually is a trick to this. And I think they made the trick easier in the special edition. If you use your buster on the number... if you hit the dice with your buster, whatever number is at the top will be the one that you get. So you can control what number you get. But they don't tell you that. You have to figure it out. And I think in the special edition, there are more moves that let you do that. Also, this is one of the hazards you can get, but the special... Remember that in the original game, you had to walk for like 20 seconds before you sprinted. But now you sprint immediately, so this is just completely trivial. Like, I can go right next to laser, it doesn't even matter.
So it's just like a cute little like light show that you get.
Pretty much. I mean, it wasn't that hard in the original game either, you pretty much just have to run in a circle, but it's even easier now.
So like in the previous version, the running you're describing, was it kind of like Okami style, where he sort of like creeps along and then decides he knows how to run?
Kind of. I mean, you just did your normal walk for a while.
Oh, okay.
You just did the normal walking that you'll see him. Oh, I should add one thing, that the lock-on system in this game blows. There's 3 ways you can choose to do it, but none of them work right.
Oh well. But you have a choice.
Yeah, the best one, and the one that's on by default, is lock onto the closest enemy in the direction you're pointing the analog stick. So whatever direction you're pointing at. Ooh, I'm fighting a blitz too.
This was how many years after Z targeting was?
You can also do it in the direction you're the one that's closest to you, period, or the one that's in the direction you're looking. I'll describe this dude later. He's a complicated enemy, honestly, and I don't feel like describing right now. There's enough gimmicks in this level. I'll just dispatch him as quickly as I can. Ah, shoot, I messed up. There we go. Got the midair grab. But yeah, to give you guys a taste of how lovely this room is, I'm not using I'm not controlling the dice deliberately, although I'm getting pretty lucky, honestly. Except for the fact blue squares will make orbs drop from the ceiling, or sometimes they make a bunch of chests appear, and you can keep hitting the chests to get orbs until, you hit the wrong chest, and then you don't get orbs, and it ends. Which is weird, I don't know why they have that button. Especially because no one else has any use for orbs, so it's just like they're throwing demon blood on people who land on the blue square? This is a really fucking weird security system. It also, like, makes a custom-built minifigure of whoever enters, which is interesting.
Yeah, fucking odd.
I mean, to be fair,
Like, this is all worth it.
we'll find out in the next room, it's Agnes's lab. And that dude is a big ham and a big nerd. So... Now, is it at this difficulty level this thing starts doing this? Let's find out. Oh, well, we'll find out in a second. I probably should have controlled it. This level is fucking long. How did they not hit you and stun you? That's gonna hit. Yep.
Uh-oh.
I tried to do it, show off that move to you finally. While you're swinging the lizard around, if you aim it right, it will actually hit other people around too, which is fun.
So you can like beat people to death with the giant lizard.
Yes. It's very good. There we go. You get to see that move finally. So let me see if it does this. Oh, I rolled a 1 exactly. Okay, I think at this difficulty level and above, you need to roll exactly to finish, or you'll actually move backwards. Which is basically just a way of saying, you need to figure out how to manipulate the dice. Or we're not gonna let you pass. You should know this by now. This room would introduce the flying sword birds, in addition to other things. But that is one of the things. Would be the first place we fight them. My goodness, he has some sort of connection to Yamato. I'm sure it's nothing.
What?
It doesn't have any meaning.
But why?
Who can guess why this mysterious character reacts to Yamato?
With white hair?
Yeah, it's so strange. Anyway.
I wish he actually said that would be like coincidence. Shut up.
An Atmos. Working in secrecy. Very few are privy to my existence.
Hello. I'm Buff Hojo.
Totally.
Watch your words! Just as foul-mouthed as I had heard that was true, as were the new ones concerning your demise.
Don't you think that's a little harsh?
I think the top of his clipboard says Nero plus Dante equals question mark, but I'm not sure.
That would be really good.
I know it says Nero and Dante. I can't read the rest of it.
More demons.
This is
I really do not understand anything they're saying to each other right now.
You know, when he made that motion with his hand, he almost made the Emperor's New Groove when the beat is just right meme.
Dante! You mean the man that killed His Holiness? What the hell's going on here?
I don't have to answer to you, for you are already as good as dead.
A menacing stutter.
Differ.
So, this is the really the only mini-boss in the whole series, I think. Well, actually there might be a mini-boss in the reboot, but whatever. The basic premise of it is, you can hit the window? Oh shoot. Okay, good.
What if I lock you in the sword monster room? What if I attack you through the window?
Yeah, you can attack the window yourself, but it doesn't do much damage. But if you buster these swords, you throw them at the window, and that does a lot of damage. And by a lot, I mean still not very much. This fight takes forever. Oh, and this is a fight. I mentioned you, Portex, like, there was a fight I'd been doing wrong the whole time, and I never knew it. This was that fight. Turns out when he does this big electrify attack that electrifies the ground, you can just stand on the thing in the middle, and it doesn't electrify there. I thought you had to stay floating in the air the entire attack. And the thing is, on the next difficulty, he will electrify the ground for, like, 15 seconds straight, and then he'll do it again, and, like, the things will still be attacking you a lot. And if there's no, like, it's still hard. Oops, I got hit. But, like, with no safe place to land, I was like, oh my god. How do I even do this? Come on. Wow, they took a long time to attack. They faked me out. If you devil trigger and use the attack, it will instantly kill swords, usually. I don't know why, they're just really vulnerable to that attack. Oh, there's a little TV of him, too, up here. On the right, which is, like, really Robotnik? It's a very Robotnik thing.
Very Dr. Robotnik. Well, that's another mod where it replaces our character with Dr. Robotnik.
Why am I not doing the invincibility thing? Like that. That's the thing you're supposed to be doing the whole time, you know?
It's not cooperating.
Hey guys, what I missed?
You did miss another lady with no pants. 2 of them, actually.
Oh man!
But they were connected to an evil frog.
An evil anglerfish frog.
I'll take what I can get.
You said it was 2 women, though. Also, a buff scientist with a accent that seems to not exist.
He'll see him now.
Yeah, but he's locked him into this room full of sword monsters.
His accent is
he's
evil
trying to escape.
His accent is menacing stutter.
You know, I had the same thing happen to me in community college.
It's magnificent.
Okay, did you even hear me?
If you want answers, then I shall give them to you. It has only been a few years since I began this research. Could we isolate and bind demonic power? It could enable us to conquer the world. And that is the wish of His Holiness.
What a crock. And you may as well ditch the efforts, pal, because His Holiness is dead.
But His Holiness has been reborn as an angel.
An angel.
And soon, so shall I.
What a fucking nerd. He bows, just like... Because, like, you don't need to ham up exposition. You can't...
No, you don't. He does.
That's true.
You know what? I appreciate the effort.
I told you, he's the only dude who hams it up harder than Dante. And there's... Well, I won't spawn.
What's the name of the guy with the white hair?
Agnes. Oh, white hair? No.
No, the white hair Nero.
Nero.
Yeah, the guy he's playing with.
Is Nero angry because his demon hand was his Jo hand before?
You know, I was thinking that the whole time. I didn't ask, but
That's why he's so edgy. I can't switch hands now. I'm 19.
So was you who made the gate.
Yes, the Hell Gate.
Unless he has a demon dick too. Nobody asked about it.
Substitution for the real gate.
Dude, you should totally get your hand possessed. It feels like a different person.
they call it the demonic strain job.
Proof sufficient.
What the hell are you talking about?
You should rest.
Well, you have been talking over half of this really important
I've been
exposition.
trying to
Very
read it.
vital
I've been
exposition.
reading it and it doesn't make any sense either.
Shall be my next subject of experimentation.
They still have little lizard heads on their hilt when they're swords, by the way.
Yeah,
Little
that's
bird
cute.
heads.
I like that.
It's really
that's a
good.
idea. Yeah. Bro, all these Devil May Cry guys get stabbed so much.
Yeah.
Well, all it does is piss them off.
Yeah, usually when people get
Oh,
stabbed, they
that's
get
okay.
Devil Trigger right after, so...
Yeah. This is
spoilers, obviously.
Take him.
usually. I still hold out the belief that he will not Devil Trigger.
Yeah, this is actually when Nero dies. I can't believe Nero fucking dies.
Man, this game is short.
Oh, here's a
Nero dies,
flashback. Here's a flashback to, I guess, the thing that happened in the manual? I don't know what this is a flashback to. It's a flashback to that time he really liked Kyrie. And, oh, someone added up the number of times Kyrie says a line that doesn't say Nero's name or is just the word Nero, and she has 7 lines that don't have the name Nero in them.
It's like some sort of anti-vegetal jest.
Well, she certainly doesn't have any lines when she's talking with other women. At all.
Oh, you guys, knock knock. Who's there? Demons.
Oh, is he a
Oh,
moth?
is he a
B-Man.
He's a
moth.
He's a bee sheep. A beep.
He's an adorable. No, he's like those like fuzzy moths. It's a little like.
Oh yeah, he's a
He's a
rosy maple
Sentai
moth or a
anime.
poodle.
A Super Sentai anime, like, right?
Hello, Emma. So, why did him devil triggering turn the guy into?
Either the guy could already do that and he did it as a reaction, which is what I think is the case, or it was just a big release of demon energy.
Oh god, can we make that a sound for the channel and do that like for the rest of the stream when something awesome happens?
You fly away.
Yeah, and then he's like,
Oh, no,
thanks
I'm not
for...
fly away.
Those demons weeping, devil may cry.
Oh, this is great.
This is the love theme from Devil May Cry.
I'm so glad I'm alive for this.
It goes away and he clutches us just Devil May Cry.
I should get back to headquarters.
This is when like the rock and ballad version of the Devil May Cry comes in.
Must have known something.
So, this is when you unlock Devil Trigger, but obviously I've had it already. So I think
Real
what
Devil
the
Trigger
stuff
was
you're
inside
supposed to
the
know already from that... The stuff you're supposed to know now that the cutscene is over. This game has a plot that does make sense, I promise, but like it doesn't necessarily explain itself very well because it's very anime.
I don't believe you.
And, well, the thing is, like...
And rightfully so.
By the way, that was half the level, I think. Like, that's... I think that's only half the level? Maybe I'm wrong. It's a really fucking long level. But I think the stuff you're supposed to know, now that that cutscene is over, is that the church has been... Agnes, on behalf of the church, has been secretly conducting experiments with demonic energy to get it to, like, make people into angels. Or to make some sort of thing. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can use the analog stick to move around in the cutscenes, and you can hold R2 to zoom, because that was a thing. People were like, all our cutscenes are in engine now, so we can do that. And a lot of games had that, like Metal Gear Solid 2. And then it was like, wait, this is really stupid. And now no games do it. But it was a brief trend, and this was part of it.
Wiggle, swish.
Anyways, so he's been taking demonic energy and using it to do things. He says turn people into angels, like His Holiness. So that's probably why His Holiness... That's why His Holiness is alive. The Pope. Let me think. And we also found out that it was Agnes who made these Hellgates that we've seen. that the demons came out of, which are those gigantic fucking pillars that I guess have just been. I guess they installed those recently, and people are like, oh, look at this weird art. Like, I don't.
Oh no, full of demons. So, why does demonic energy turn people into angels? Does that get explained?
Well, I mean, sort of.
Close enough. I'll take it.
I mean, that's what Agnes said. Does that man seem like a reliable narrator to you?
Would that face lie to me?
Oh, this is a new enemy, by the way. It's like a commander of the demon armors. It has a lot more health, and it has a sword, and it has like more attacks. But you still kill it. Its main thing is that if there's normal armors around, it will put them into attack patterns and make them attack better. But we won't see that for a while, I think, till the next couple levels later.
Also, can I just point out how I love it when it's usually games, but sometimes other media will do it, where they'll have a reveal of like, oh, this thing happened, then that's really weird, and so this weird crazy thing happened and it turned the whole plot upside down, but like, when weird shit has already been happening literally the entire story. So like, you don't know how you're supposed to react to it, like if it was supposed to be like confusing or surprising or...
So this mission has a bunch of a few hidden orb locations that you have to find, and there's a bunch of them and they're randomized. So it's actually pretty fun. It's just hide and seek basically, or hot, cold, or whatever.
Yeah, that's so true. What you were saying there before, Vortex. It's like they've been punching the earth in half every episode, but one episode is like, he used the god participle. It's like, wait, what? How did that possible? And it's like, wait, what? This is the weird thing?
Yeah, that's why is that weird? Okay.
Man, what? Where's this thing? I'll only give this one a shot once. I don't know. Oh, here we go. It's up. Shit.
Threeville Tiki has a great one. Knock, knock, angels.
Who's there? Angels. Oh, that is weird.
Oh, street. Knock, knock, who's there? Angels.
And then open the door and demons there. Just kidding, demons. Close the door again. I actually need to animate that. I've been wanting to animate that thing for like 10 years now, and I still haven't done it. I should probably do it at some point.
Just the knock, knock, who's there, demons?
Yeah.
Millie points out that Metal Gear feels like nothing but those weird reveals, which is true.
No,
oh,
that
also,
is 100.
here's like the one piece of item description that isn't just like, this is a locked door or this is a puzzle. Is looking at this dude. I guess because they decided that a bunch of dudes floating in a cage with spirits floating around them was weird enough that maybe we should describe it. What is
also like the demon generator at the top there.
This room is called Angel Creation. So this is basically the room where those demon armors are being made. As we walk through it, you will see the different process of them being made.
Question, Frank.
Yeah.
Well, the people that are floating in the cages.
Yeah.
Are they wearing pants?
Yeah.
Uninterested.
Discord disconnection sound.
No more questions.
I mean,
I understand everything else in the game. I just need to...
I forfeit the remainder of my time.
I mean, these armor dudes are made of armor, so like they're not really wearing pants. If you think about it.
They are pants.
They are pants.
They are pants.
So this game has haunted pants. That's like one of my favorite things in video games is haunted pants. I love it.
How many video games have haunted pants? What? Hang on a second.
There's Monster Party. There's Monster Party, and there's the Ghostbusters game.
Oh yeah, the pants that were just walking around.
Yeah, the haunted pants.
I forgot about the haunted Monster Party pants.
And sentient washing machines are other things. Like, that's one of the video games. I need washing machines and haunted pants. I will donate to your Kickstarter of any game if games starred haunted pants in a washing machine. I'd be down. Oh, good night, Montrez.
Oh, good night, Montreth. Yeah, Montreth. Wow, Jesus, Montreth, it's 6 in the morning. Go to bed.
Montrez a wussy. I've only had 3 hours of sleep, and here I am watching Demons.
So, see, I think the base thing we're supposed to pick up so far is that Agnes is using the demonic energy to perform experiments because he thinks it's holy to do the demonic energy. Which makes sense considering they worship a demon, if you think about it.
I suppose.
I mean, if you've got that demonic energy lying around,
It's
you
a
gotta do
waste.
something with it. Yeah.
Well, that's the other.
Where'd you get this demonic possession? I learned it from watching you.
I mean, it wasn't so much lying around as it was he made a bunch of gates that summon demons. So, there's that too.
I mean, it's lying around in Demon Dimension.
I'm just saying, like,
Oops.
you work with what you got, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you got the demonic energy just kind of hanging out, then you might as well turn people into moths. That's what I would do with demonic energy.
That's a good
TBH.
point about them worshiping Sparta, so they want to do that. You know, it reminds me of how the Christian Church for a long time tried to clone Jesus.
They succeeded. Guess who is Jesus' clone? Chat, everyone give a guess as to who is Jesus' clone.
Oh, damn it, I missed the fucking jump pad. That was embarrassing. Oh well.
Judged forever.
Anyways, they did clone it, and it was Mormon Jesus, and it was one of those failed clones.
The Mormons believe in Mormon Jesus, I hear.
Yeah, Mormon Jesus was kind of like the Bizarro of Jesus clones.
Lucifer, the devil, and a billion tons of children.
Oh, it's supposed to be a barrel for me to break there. Whatever.
Mormon Jesus.
Mormon Jesus.
Good night, Mantra. Didn't you already say goodnight? Or wait, am I
you
catching up on chat?
She
You're
came back
catching
to
up
say
on
goodnight
chat.
again.
Oh, she did? I was like, okay, I looked at the chat. I was like,
No, she didn't. No, she said she should leave, and then she came back and said nature sucks, and then said goodnight again.
oh, okay. Well, I understand that sentiment.
For some reason, I can't seem to see Twitch, so if there's any, you know, important Jimmyfranks related communication.
Ooh, yeah, we can do that actually. Hey, Twitch chat, ask Jimmyfranks a question just about life.
I can't get to Twitch, so you'll have to tell me what
Yeah,
it
oh
says.
yeah, I'll read them off for you. All of them. There's gonna
Don't
be
make fun. Don't make fun. Don't make up stuff. I'm
There's
trusting
no-
you.
Well,
I
there's
would
one here
never-
that says Jimmy Franks. I'm a huge fan. I would be so honored if you could tell me your social security number.
Oh my god. It's the 3.
Wow, you got one of
I
the
was-
early ones. Early adopter,
I was
huh?
gonna make that joke.
Anyway, so we have to go back to headquarters? Because I guess after finding out that the entire religion is, like, probably engaging in illegal activities, he's like, well, probably Credo knew something. I should go harass Credo. I hate that dude.
Man, that's another great plot point though. If in a game like that, there's just you need to get the character going in one direction. It's just like, how do we, story-wise, how do we justify this? Oh, I hate that guy. I'm gonna go fuck him up for no reason.
Is that all the things? That's all the things. Oh, there's a secret mission here I think I skipped earlier.
Oh, you can come back to him if you.
Well, I mean, yeah,
There.
they're just always there.
Oh, okay.
You know, you just have to backtrack to them, and, you know, it's not like there's a lot of backtracking in this game at some point. I mean, that would be very silly if there was. Oh, this is impossible for Nero. So let's see, right? I think that's probably why I skipped it.
Secret mission: kiss a girl.
Secret mission: kill this statue, and then kill the other statue on the other side. I'm pretty sure it's impossible, but maybe it's not. Actually, with the fact you can sprint right away, it might be possible.
Chad is asking, Jimmy, are you a fan of nerd-based media? Nerd-based.
Like
Oh, I
stuff is made by nerds.
I don't know. I guess interpret the question however you feel.
Like
Like maybe
I-
it's...
I had an Apple computer, and Steve Wozniak was involved with that. So
He's a nerd.
He was
suppose
involved
so.
with your computer?
No,
He was romantically involved with
yeah,
the computer.
Jimmy,
I
I
call the
think they
cops
mean-
on him,
Steve Wozniak fucked my
sneaking
computer.
in and fucking my iMac.
The latest single.
Get out of here, Woz!
Put your little Woz away.
It just was just. This is the only way I could get revenge on the Mac. They took everything from me.
He's all red-faced and sweaty.
No, I think they mean like media that's created from nerds, like vinyl records made out of press pocket protectors.
Oh, I'm a fan of that. Kill nerds, grind them up, make cereal out of them.
Yeah, I love listening to my music on Serial. It's good music.
Thanks. It's nerd based. I hear.
That's true.
Or is it things that are made out of the nerds candy?
Nerd based.
It's things that are
So you
about
grind them
nerds
up into
candy.
paint, and you make a picture out of them.
Yeah.
Nerd based mixed media. Jimmy, what was the most romantic thing that Steve Wozniak, I feel that is not how his name is spelled, but this might be a different guy.
Hey there, I'm Steve Wozniak. I've created the Mick computer. I work with
Racist computer to market.
I work with Jimmy Steve Job.
Steve Job?
No, it's Jimmy Steve Job.
Jimmy Steve
Wait,
Job.
am I going the right way? I hope I'm not
Most
fucking this
romantic
up.
thing fake Wozniak did for your courtship? Huh? Well, with the computer?
Courtship.
Wait.
Yeah, with the computer.
Unless...
Shit,
the
I'm going the
question-
wrong way. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh, we could really.
Our
Oh, fuck.
We could all tell Frank. We just were.
did you
we
do?
didn't
Well,
wanna
he
embarrass
says
you.
I need to go back to headquarters, so I don't know what that means, but now I do know what that means.
Our
No.
conversation was so stupid that it made Frank dumber.
Honestly, it's that you go through these same areas so many times, but in different directions with different purposes, that I get confused sometimes. Like, even when I'm fully paying attention, I still sometimes, like... Because at another point in another mission, you do go through in this way. So, like...
What was the? Was that like a Sonic Rings minigame that you just did?
You're not that far off. Walk on technology.
Where is... Yeah, okay, so where's that mod for Sonic 3 that replaces the sprite with Dante? Get Christian Whitehead on that shit.
Oh, I can't just-
Sonic 3 and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil
From
May
the
Cry.
Devil May Cry series writes itself! Damn it! So good.
DX.
And Knuckles.
My teenage dream ended...
Again.
dream ended says, what about based nerd media?
I don't know what that means, so I guess not.
I think I do, and I don't think it's. I don't get it. So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure... Isn't based what, like, everyone on Reddit calls a thing they like? Or am I
Yeah, there was.
off
I think
base?
there was some
Am I off base
guy,
on
a
it?
rapper.
I don't
or
think
something,
Reddit
like,
is the right
bass.
community for it, but yes. I might...
Yeah, the whole bass thing is saying like somebody's based and they're like really good. I don't know. I
If they're
According to
acidic.
Urban
I'm gonna-
Dictionary, based means being yourself, not being scared of what people think about you, not being afraid to do what you want to do, being positive.
well, that's
So you like positive nerd media as opposed to negative nerd media?
I think it means like authentic.
Oh, authentic nerd media, no fake gamer girls here.
Yeah, exactly. That stuff.
I speed
Yeah, I
like
go I
90%
roll
Nintendo.
like Gary Gygax, you know, original stuff.
The OG nerd.
Yeah. Like Ursula K. Le Guin.
was she a nerd?
Evil Tiki asks, what about thick nerd media? Asking about yeah, what you see.
Only the thickest.
Second thickest needs to back the fuck out. We have to reiterate. I asked the chat. You could ask Jimmyfranks literally any question, and we're stuck on variations of nerd media. If you guys ever see Meet the Guru on the mountain, he's gonna jump off the mountain.
Okay, so sorry. This is where I should have gone, because I hit that one button and it made the falls stop and this bridge extend. And so that was the clue to go here. I just forgot that had happened.
Also, this keeps happening, so I'm just gonna say it now. The SSS rank, the font, combined with the red, combined with the green that's also on screen, it keeps making me think a Christmas card has popped up on your screen. Every time you do really well. I can't not see Christmas card.
Devil May Christmas.
It's a Devil May Cry Christmas.
No, that's a base nerd media right there.
Well, it is like it's snowy and definitely got a Christmassy
Well,
vibe.
it was snowy a second ago. Now it's a hot jungle. Because we went through a cave.
And caves.
Well, to be
Does
fair,
Dante
there
know
was
it's
this
Christmas after
the
all?
frogs. To be fair, he did say that the frogs were probably the frog was probably causing the blizzard. So, because that was an ice demon.
Oh, that's frogs do. Okay.
Still, I guess there's like a huge jungle right outside of the big town.
Who's asked Jimmyfranks, what's your favorite
Yeah,
movie?
Dante shows up here.
It's my favorite movie. Oh,
Favorite
okay, I
movie.
don't know if I got
Oh yeah, Dante
one,
says
but
that the jungle must be the gate too.
Just gonna have to wait.
I don't.
Sure.
I
Like, that
really
doesn't-
like Pee-wee's Big Adventure and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And
Oh, that's why you're interested in this game. It's kind of a combination of both, really.
It's
And-
basically the same movie.
Time Crimes, that Spanish flick that came out a few years ago.
Oh, Dante fell down.
Really like that one. Just off the top of my head, those are three of like sit down and watch those anytime.
Time Crimes. I like Time Crimes. I've never seen it, but I like the title.
You should see it.
Well-
It's quite good.
Why was Nero still pointing the gun at Dante when he was falling? When he shrug emoji'd off the cliff.
Man, if I could make gifs, I would totally make like just superimpose a shrug emoji of him falling off.
Wait, here's like one of the
Great
4
reaction.
cutscenes in this game that have story, so you might want to pay
Oh,
attention to
okay.
this one, I guess. Or not.
Demons and I don't know.
All right, I've got time for one last question because I have to go to a Fleetwood Mac rave tonight.
Wow.
Ooh. Alright, one
Apparently,
last question.
Some DJs are remixing the Fleetwood Mac album Rumors and turning it into techno music, and I am getting drugged to this thing. So
Ooh.
It's your responsibility.
Absurd cut to image of breast.
Yeah, everybody got a reaction shot of their face, except for Gloria, who gets a reaction shot of her breasts.
she went. I was looking away. She.
Well, Jesus, I told you to pay attention. This is where the plot
Pantsless
happens.
lady's bag.
I told you this is where the plot happens, and you didn't listen.
The plot is in her tits.
You can
The
guarantee
plot was in your tits all
Anyways,
the time.
wait, this is actually...
Absolutely.
Oh?
There's a thing that happens here that is pretty fucking hilarious later? Or, yeah, later.
It's good to see your holiness full covered.
Ooh, boobs. Pretty funny.
Boobs are funny, though.
Is she reliable?
She once brought us the sword Sparta, and hastened the completion of our savior.
He really should get those
But
roots
she
touched up.
remains almost a stranger to us all.
If she completely laced up her clothes shut, would it explode in the back?
Situation lies. As for her identity, I have already investigated. Now,
If I do a good enough job, maybe they'll buy me some pants.
the hero and her motto and bring them
Pants are for closers, lady. Kill Nero and we'll talk.
to your holiness.
So she brought them the Sparta sword to get into their good graces, is what we just learned. Which, would be... And it's been really important to them that they had that.
Appears to be quite close to
Naturally, it probably helped them break
Sister
into the
Achilles.
demon world.
More than once, he called out her name.
Sparta guy left quite a legacy. So is there tea or is that a thurible? in the center of the table.
I think it's T. The She-Viper. There is technically a lady without pants at the end of this level.
She kept calling out Kiri's name. Pope's like, ooh, that's hot. Like these little expressions.
Oh, okay. The spacing on the text is it proceed through the forest of ruin, but ruin was on the next line, and that screaming face jewel was there, so it looked like it said proceed through the forest of
So now we're in the jungle.
the jungle that's right next to the town that had the church.
I mean, Dante said I guess that's because of the demon. So I guess, I mean, there is a forest demon at the end of this, so I guess that's the forest demon. Hey, see these dudes here? These are the worst enemy. The worst fucking enemy in the world. But right now they're not. Right now they suck, and they only have this one dash attack, and if you grab them, they die in one hit. But later, you'll see why
Did
the
water
worst.
just make a sports sound effect when you picked it up?
It might have? That was probably one of the Chimera demons, the little Chimera seed guys walking around. Oh, hi, Trav.
Yeah, Trav is here.
I was very impressed with the, on the boobs.
Trav, you having fun this Friday night? Maybe just a little.
Yeah, he might be a tad bit completely high. That's my guess.
So yeah, this cutscene is showing that the seeds can attach to either scarecrows, or later we'll fight them attached to assaults, the lizards. And it's really, really obnoxious. Here, I'll just show you by getting hit a couple times. Basically, when the seeds are attached, at any time they can just choose to start wiggling around like that and knock, and they just kind of hit me away. And
Oh, they turn into Venusaur.
but they can do that attack even while you're comboing them, which is the worst.
Doesn't make their walk any less stupid, so I'm fine with that.
It's
Jiggling around.
It's not too obnoxious on this difficulty level, but on later difficulty levels where you can't really take the hits that they give you, and like also when they hit you, like it's just really fucking annoying, basically, because they can just hit you out of anything. And the seeds, you can only break the seeds with gunfire, not with swords, so you have to shoot them, and that takes the seeds get more health, and they regenerate like almost instantly. So it's almost not even worth it to shoot them. It's really just the worst design. It is very unfun because it's basically forcing you not to fight enemies. And really, this Devil May Cry 4 is the worst enemy design of the series. Everything is either a punching bag or annoying to fight. With the only real exception being the knights, which are actually good enemies. Everything, like every other enemy in the game is a bad enemy. That's a big part of why I don't really like the game that much. So now we've got a gimmick level, I guess? A gimmick section where we need to get across these platforms as they disappear, and they'll eventually take us to the door. If we fall, we will end up in an a tiny punishment room where we have to beat a bunch of enemies. That sounded very erotic.
Actually, I was thinking like the punishment games from like
Oh shit.
Gaki no
I like
Tsukai
Gaki
or
no
something.
Tsukai or something.
Oh no, I almost saved it!
Nero.
Oh, dang.
Nero, auto. Eh?
Da-da.
then a little demon comes out and smacks him on the ass with like a sword or something. Fell down.
I did. I almost saved it by like by jumping off the bad guy, but I didn't quite make it.
Good job fucking it up.
Nice being an idiot, you fucking stupid jerkos.
That is me.
Those enemies look like chickens. They look like chicken people.
They do look like chicken people. Knock knock, chicken.
Knock knock. Fuck fuck.
Knock, chickens.
Yeah, Frank, you really messed that up. I mean, you play this better than I've ever played any video game in my life, but you fucked up that one time, so really, just quit forever.
It's like that. It's like whenever someone misses like an impossible trick at like GDQ.
Oh,
and they're
totally.
Like, oh man, I suck. It's like, oh yeah, you totally suck, bro.
Yeah, it's
Suck,
like
dude.
they're doing like frame perfect on everything, but it's like, oh well, I missed this one frame, and it's like reset, quit. It's just like,
What are you playing this on, Frank?
I'm playing this on PC. It got a PC release. The original version got a PC release that was good, and then this is a special edition which came out only a couple years ago, and it was an even better PC release. So I didn't have to go through a bunch of terrible things to get the like I did with the PC port of 3.
Yeah, his PC port of Devil May Cry 3 was apparently the worst thing ever made by humans.
Oh my god, I've never played a worse. Like, it's so... People... Like, it really put the bitching about ports in... Like, people are like, this port is completely unplayable. I can't set my resolutions. And it's like, okay, I mean... Sure. You can play it, though, right?
It doesn't destroy your computer.
It doesn't crash in 3D... You don't have to get through 3 different crashes just to get to the main menu, right? Like, you...
Didn't you end the Devil May Cry 3 stream on a crash?
Yeah, I did, actually. Even after all the things I did to it, it still
Okay,
crashed.
because you tried to quit out of the game, I think, or something.
And it's just
You tried to quit out of the video menu or something.
Yeah, I tried to quit out of a
crashed the
menu and it just never loaded. And I was like, well, yep. That makes sense. And it crashed halfway through, too, if I remember. Wait, goodbye? Did Jimmy leave?
what? Oh no, no, I was responding to what you said.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can go if you want me to go. I'll go.
No. I mean, I've wanted you to go the whole time, but...
Okay.
No.
As long as you've been here this long.
Stuck with me now.
No.
I'm gonna
shit.
step away for a minute. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah.
So this is just like a platforming secret mission. It's, actually very hard the first time, but... It wouldn't be hard now if I remembered how to do it. Okay, I remember how to do it. Yeah, I remember what I'm doing. I might be too low on time,
that
though.
tension was tense.
Okay, yeah. I think I can do this. The thing about it is, if you screw it up once, you don't have enough time to do it again. Like, I think I just did. So, well, I might... There's a point where you do not have enough time to do it, and it's, like, pretty early. Okay, I'm not gonna bother, but I was almost at the top. Have I played Ride to Hell? I haven't. I saw Stog play it a bit. I should probably play it. Oh, there's a hidden egg up here. Seed. That's-
Give me a seed.
You
It's
will
a-
give me a seed.
What is that from?
It's from apparently it's from like one of the Resident Evil mercenaries. So you can like play as separate, like you know you can have like
Yeah.
Hunk or whoever plays it, and they will request like come on man, give me something. You know, like they'll request items, and one of the items they can request is an egg. And so you know, like other characters will be like, yeah, come on man, give me an egg. I guess for like health or whatever. But you can have Wesker on mercenaries, and Wesker will just go, you will give me an egg.
It's really
And
good.
Proton John uses that as like, it's like, what is it like when somebody
Sub.
subscribes? Yeah.
Yeah, when someone subscribes, he always plays the sound, you will give me an egg.
So, yeah.
Stupid.
But you will give me an egg.
That was pretty dumb.
Pretty good.
I
Pretty good.
enjoy.
Oh, that should have hit me out of that, but it didn't. I got lucky.
Blah! actually saying blast, but I just heard it for
Oh,
instance.
oh, is that what you're going? Yeah, he is saying blast. I thought you were mimicking like the death cries of the night enemies.
Well, he kind of like the end part, the ST kind of fades out, so it just sounds like he's going like blah.
I'll get you. Blah! That's what I would do if I had demon powers. Not gonna lie.
By the way, all this talk of demons and the goofiness of demons reminds me of one of my favorite things about
Now you can
X-Men.
hear the air guitar well.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Oh well, there's still an enemy left over there, so the fight music's still happening. Oh well.
Whatever.
I can still hear it. I still appreciate it. Smoking style.
Yeah. He's having fun.
It's good, you know,
Well,
he needs to get out.
This is totally off topic, but it's just what I love about X-Men is like there's some like creative powers for the mutants. Like, oh, he can like shoot laser beams, but he's always like he has to wear these glasses, so it's like a disability. And oh, this character has this, and then it's just like other mutants are just like this guy's just a goddamn demon.
Yeah.
Like Azazel, I think is his name. It's just like, yeah, this guy's just a fucking demon. Like
I
his
like-
mutant power is that he's demon.
I like
He is
that
doing
Scarlet Witch's magic mutant power is that she has magic.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she has she has hex powers.
But
quote,
then eventually they
unquote.
just gave her magic though.
Yeah, no, she's just magic.
She's
Yeah,
just
no,
magic.
You're right.
Like what? Like that's not a mutant power. That's another power that people already have in your universe.
It's kind of the weird thing about having a shared universe with things like that, because
Yeah,
they
with
want to have.
mutants in particular, it's like everybody hates mutants and they're feared and stuff because it's like, you know, racism. But then it's like, but everybody's cool with Captain America, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it'll
well,
be
he's
stuff
not a
like,
mutant. Like,
Yeah, them being in the same universe makes no sense.
oh, I
and
should
also
add.
like,
Sorry, you go. I won't interrupt the conversation.
no, keep going.
I was just gonna say that the drop kick attack is called Rainbow, which is a reference to Rainbow Mika.
Oh, that's funny.
There's a lot of little.
Nero should dress up as her with his tits hanging out. Butt power.
Mod to make Nero look like Rainbow Mika.
If that's not in there, why not? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, here's a run segment, which the fact that you can just immediately sprint makes this kind of trivial. Although you can get hit. Wow, I'm still getting. It's hard to get all the eggs and do it though. Sort of hard. It's not that hard. Why am I not? Oh right, so nothing under her.
Try to fall down.
There we go. If you skip the seeds, then you just sort of run past all of that immediately. Now that you can sprint, like, it's not a thing.
I do like that monster though. Hug that monster.
We'll see more of it.
Good.
Like,
When do you
immediately.
get to play? Okay, good. Where is hug button? I've only seen one game with a hug button. Why is there not more?
I'm trying to think. What game has a hug button?
The boy and his blob for Wii.
Yep.
No. There's hug button.
Well,
Is
I
that
think they
game
were
when
also
you
gonna have
kiss
like a
people have a
scold
hug button?
mechanic so that you could like train that blob, and then eventually they just took out the scold thing. It was like it's just we can't have you be mean to blob.
Yeah,
Anyways.
let's just leave button in. It does nothing other than hug blob.
Anyways,
This game has a lot of similarities with boy and his blob.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah. Slam dunk.
Oh, I should add, Charge Shot, you need to buy all 3 levels of Charge Shot individually. So it's actually a pretty costly move. So your first time through, you will not have Charge Shot level 3, which means that you don't really have any... The only way to break those Chimera Seeds off is to do this for, like, 5 seconds. Just mash the fire button. It's just, like, the first time through in this game, you don't have tools that you literally need to fight enemies, and it's really bad. I don't know. This game is it's kind of bad the first time through, honestly. It's just straight up not good. It's very frustrating. It's probably got the worst first time through experience of any of the games. Oh no, back to Snake Lady. She's got actually a really cool design.
Thank
We'll see in a second. Her scales are seeds, you might notice.
That's a good idea.
I forgot he does this. It's... Just run up the snake.
Just. I also like that he tried just kind of punching it. Like, oh, that didn't work.
Snake opens up into lady.
Sorry, but having you around is
That
more than
that voice was really good.
Significant insults have no effect on me, though I will tear your body to shreds.
It
Snakey
really
should have always been Snakey. Now it's got a tit in its mouth.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But you'll notice that like her hair tendrils are actually the tongue, and like the thing opens up to also look like a flower. I think it's kind of a neat design.
Yeah, it's a neat design.
It kind of even looks like with the how's it pronounced? The Rafflesia, the one that the corpse flower.
Yeah.
So she's got a couple different phases that she cycles between. Wow, she really hit me. Ooh, this is unique. If I rev my sword up, I do more damage in this grapple attack.
Oh.
It's the only one that's like that. It's kind of weird. Wow, I've taken a lot of her health off already. When she takes enough damage, she goes gold, and she pretty much just has a lot more health. Wow, I'm just gonna kick the fuck out of her, and I'm never gonna see that other attack. Wow, that was really fast. Oh well.
World
Maybe-
record incoming.
Maybe I should have fought her on a harder difficulty. Maybe I should be playing a harder difficulty. I could switch.
Don't even think about it.
Actually, I might do just that. Give it a try. I don't know if I can do it while talking, but we'll see. I probably can.
Switch to harder difficulty. You're going to.
Anyway,
room
she's
that
supposed
turns out
to she's supposed to have other phases where she sort of floats around and swings her hair, and then she has a phase where she goes into the forest and comes out at you, and you can grab her and do like a special attack. And I don't know. She also has a phase where she just like starts birthing chimera seeds, but she can only do one at a time, so it's really a useless phase that just lets you hit her, but she stands still. It's kind of confusing. But I have been having a bit too easy of a time of it. I think I'm gonna up the difficulty, so that people have a bit more health. Although it's kind of a huge jump, so I might die a lot and then switch right back. We are more than about a third of the way through the game right now, so if you guys, I don't know, whenever you guys want to call it, I can keep going.
Just what do you think?
I won't give up on you, Grant. I'm here for the whole thing.
Okay, it's just gonna be me and you
Let's do
for
it. Let's
the
speedrun
whole
this
game,
fucker.
and then the whole game again with the other two characters. So
Yeah, we gotta get a A+, so we can unlock the pants.
yeah, pants.
I think next time you think would be a good stopping point coming up here would be good.
I mean, the best stopping point. Well, let me think. Let's do one more mission, and this will also let me see if I can actually play at this difficulty level while talking.
Okay.
And it'll also let me do this costume. which I like
Ooh.
a little more. It's called the prototype costume, so I guess it's what he used to look like. The prototype. Anyways, I am now playing on Dante Must Die difficulty, or it's not.
Oh no.
Basically, everything has a bit more health, does a bit more damage, and will eventually Devil Trigger. And it's not as brutal as the Dante Must Die in 3. The Devil Trigger isn't as good. They'll do like a soft Devil Trigger where they just do a bit more damage. And then they'll do after a while, they'll do even more of a Devil Trigger where they do a lot more damage. And they have, and they're much more resistant to attacks. But it's never that bad. Mostly the enemies are just a lot more aggressive in this mode.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh, and so that seed we picked up from the lady that she dropped and left behind lets us break these giant walls of vines? I don't know what they are.
Giant walls of question mark?
Get off the rocks, dude. There you go. I actually think this room is really neat and cool and branched off into a lot of areas. Unfortunately, fighting in it isn't very fun because it's uneven. And they didn't really... Excuse me. Fighting on uneven ground in this game is not really very fun. So... It mostly just means that a lot of your moves don't work very well. Oh, and this is where you're supposed to meet assaults the first time, so... Pretend like you haven't seen these lizards already.
I haven't seen these lizards already.
Nice, very convincing.
I have not seen those lizards before I see them.
Well, you did see them in the first game, actually, so that's not good.
Didn't see them before in this game. Such a liar, Frank. Hello, lizard. Your tail's in the wrong place, but I still hug you.
I wouldn't hug these dudes. They're thorny?
They're lizards.
That's true.
Hug. Yeah. They're lizard friends. You're being so mean. I'm not gonna let you lizard sit for me, Frank. Pick up by the tail and smash on the floor.
I'll show up, you'll be like, what happened to lizards? I'll be like, well, I got a smoking sick style?
Your lizard's totally super dead though.
Yeah, that part wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, it was still really sweet looking, but...
I mean, not for the lizard, but...
For me though, it was great. Not the
Great.
lizard. The lizard's super dead.
Yeah, the lizard's done.
Ultra dead.
I tried to sell the red orbs that fell out of your lizard, but the shopkeep wouldn't take them. It was really weird.
It's kind of horrified, actually.
Crazy.
Crazy!
Yeah, it's time to do some crazy demon killing. Are you ready? Here we go. Offspring song plays forever.
That's what you need to say in that voice. You ready for 2 Offspring songs?
You ready to listen to Offspring for the next hour? Are you ready? I would say more in that voice, but I can already hear my vocal cords going, no.
Oh no.
Are you sure that's not just like the
don't.
rational good taste part of your brain, or?
That doesn't exist.
No,
That guy
never
hasn't
mind.
talked in fucking ever.
Someone mentioned me?
Oh, I guess I'm leaving again.
I don't think you should make that joke, it's really dumb. I can't hear anything, can you hear anything? Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, that's weird. It's...
Oh no, yeah, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, I guess it's telling me there's a secret mission here, but it's not accessible yet. Because only Dante can do that secret mission. I mean, only another character who I may or may not play as later in the game.
Nah.
Who could
Good
it
save.
be? Nailed Am I going the right way? No.
No.
Nope, 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 nope.
I already
did it
knew.
again. No, no. I know where I have to go. Yeah, because I have the vine breaking thing, so I need to go break the vines. I need to get to the headquarters, which isn't where you started. Not that you'd know that. But it's over now. And just in case, it tells me where to go once I'm in the room already. Ooh, it's doing its projectile attack. Every once in a while it'll remember that it can actually shoot its claws out and do that.
Slam dunk.
Catch this.
It's like Nero's equivalent of playing Battletoads Arcade and constantly hearing touchdown.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just pebble. Yeah. By the way, I rewatched PJ's run of that from a few GDQs ago, and it's still good. Replays it on the maximum difficulty, and the only way to win is to memorize where every enemy spawns and kill them before they one-shot you.
Oh, this thing's devil triggered, I think, all the way. You can see it's got like a big evil aura around it.
Oh yeah.
And it will be a little bit more resistant to stun. Although my like fully powered sword attacks will still definitely break it, so. Oh, night, Millie. You're not gonna miss much, we're almost done.
Hey, Millie.
Night! So I break those vines, and now I'm here. Oh, it's the only real puzzle in the game. Right.
I mean, it's not the board game anymore?
So, this is the first hint. Fall into darkness, you should seek the light. And if you fail it by going the wrong direction, you'll be punished with like a battle, and then it'll light up another hint that basically says go towards the light and avoid the darkness. And then if you fail it again, it'll light up a third hint, which is like, go towards the light. Don't go towards the darkness. So the goal is that you need to go towards where the sun's coming from. So you need to see where the shadows are. And you need to do that a couple... Yeah, it's the Lost Woods. In fact, wait, hold on. It's called the Lost Woods. Yes, that is the name of the map.
They were like, damn it, we really have to hurry up and get this environment's done. What can we do? What about the Lost Woods from Legend of Zelda? Has anyone done that yet?
But yeah, this is like the only real puzzle. Everything else is just like go find a key, essentially. Or the equivalent of that. Or the board game, which I don't think is really a puzzle so much as like a thing. I guess you can also choose to jump off here and go all the way back to the start of this level and do it over again.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's do that.
Yeah! But like it's not obvious that's where you are, so you might choose to jump off and then realize I can't get back up, and this is where I've already been. Thanks guys.
My teenage dream ended says, might have to wind down for tonight. Oh. Okay.
Okay, this is literally the last one I'm gonna do, so it's fine.
Chad is wimping out on us.
Although you're gonna miss the best boss in the game, actually.
Ooh. You don't miss that, do you?
He is the most... Probably not coolest to watch, but definitely the most fun to fight.
Just like me. Checking. Oh, you've been going for 3 hours. That is a pretty good run thus far, yeah.
Long. I have a feeling that the next bits of the game are going to go by pretty fast, but there's a lot of bonus material to show off in other runs, so... Runs?
That was pretty good.
Anyways.
Yeah, I suppose now that you got the explanations out of the way, then...
Well, there will be one more big chunk of explanation. Like...
That's fine.
Big. Bigger than that one.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I hope Boots comes in.
Yeah, he'll love it.
I think you need to restart the game. It looks like the textures didn't load for this.
That's a look you should.
I am much more boring than other
Oh, there's Isfahan.
Okay.
Regular guy.
Let me ask you this. What exactly is
I'm Prince Valiant with a
Who the
goatee.
hell is Dante? You do not
Look how pointy my beard is.
You could kill a man with this beard. And I have.
Wouldn't that be great? He pulls the beard off and it's a beard sword.
You possess the power of a demon.
Why is he hiding it now? Don't...
do that to Kitty.
I just have a skin rash, it's fine.
He's self-conscious.
I look so dumb with my demon arm.
I wish it went up my whole arm at least. It just sort of cuts off at the forearm. Dun dun!
I have been chosen to take the next step in evolution. To become something far more than
Super Saiyan?
Dun dun! I no longer talk with my mouth, which is why it stays closed.
Lip sync is easy when you don't.
Oh, I can make this dramatic camera shake.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Zoom in on his dick.
Zoom in on his burden ads.
I did at the very end.
Good.
You'll see it. Anyways, this fight's actually awesome. It actually is kind of the only time that the game feels like it's made for Nero's abilities.
Burn ads, burn ads, burn ads. Yeah, that golden triangle? I guess? Get a look at some sweet angel cloaca.
It's gonna be so great because if someone's watching the video and doesn't realize that you're the one controlling the camera for them, might be like, what the fuck is that camera angle now?
Oh, I didn't catch it. You can catch those spears and throw them back like I just did, but I screwed up.
It's kind of a neat design. It's got like a shield wing and a sword wing.
Say,
Maybe a shot. Bird with a shield wing and a sword wing.
say a game where you're playing as a crazy action character against angels. Nah, that'll never take off.
No one would ever play that.
I mean, when I eventually get to Bayonetta, I will point out all the fucking ways that it's just a take on Devil May Cry 4, but good. But it literally is, and that's part of it, I think.
It's also just great because Kamiya's just thinking, can we like improve on Devil May Cry? And like, yeah, okay, let's kind of make it like the opposite instead of a weird guy that doesn't wear a shirt. Let's have a naked woman, and she doesn't fight devils. She fights angels. Yeah, okay. Instead of one gun, what's the opposite of having one gun? Oh, I guess 4 guns.
Oh, nice fucking throw, Jesus.
She has gun-high heels.
Yeah, she does.
You ever think Kamiya wanted to initially call Bayonetta Don Shi, and they didn't let him?
Okay, I broke his shield. Now I get to punch him in the face a bunch.
Punch him in his bird face. Punch him in the bird dick.
I gotta say, I like this design. I like all the designs in this game, I think. It's a cool, like...
They all look cool. Gameplay-wise, some of them could use some work. But they all look cool.
Fair enough. Well, I don't have to play...
bird.
Well, I don't have to play shit, so I don't care.
That's true.
Looks
And
very
this
Sentai.
is where I would get that ability I showed you where you grab an enemy and hold it, that I never use. It does have one use. Apparently you can grab someone, hold them, and then like as you start to toss them, you can jump cancel it? But I've never done it. I don't know how to do it.
Your strength is increased.
Birdman.
Basically that guy from the Legend of Zelda comic, and then
I'll just walk at you really unusually menacingly for myself. Oh no!
How could this have?
Uh-oh.
This isn't what you think.
Why? Why did you do this?
Curry, Lazen, down the road I must travel. Sorry, I just really like Mr. Mister.
Where were you?
Our intentions.
So, camera work is difficult.
No, she was.
We're on a giant plateau in the middle of the ocean. Where did Agnes come from?
I have no intentions of harming her. Yet.
And that
He
fucking
flew there as a
oversized
moth.
sword is so good.
Your attachment.
So it looks like the two things that are oversized in this world are swords and shoulder pads.
Everything else is relatively small
Yeah.
in comparison.
That was originally the byline for this game.
Swords and shoulder
pads.
pads. Yeah, but then they tried to tie it into the DMC universe, so they made a Devil May Cry
His
game.
Holiness predicted your defeat.
Yeah, it was originally a Ghouls and Ghosts games. Swords and shoulder pads.
What?
Not a proper anime game until a girl stands around and does nothing but gasp and then gets a knife pointed at her throat.
Mm-hmm.
No, not my throat. I gasp out of that.
Oh, now he's a moth.
Hello, I'm off.
You, Skiddy.
Turn into moths and birds.
Dude, he's the head of a church in a video game. Of course he's evil.
He,
Yeah, of course.
should've
he's
known.
demon.
when he turns into a moth, he kind of has boobs.
He does. He's got kind of moth boobs.
Moth boobs.
He doesn't really need her boobs. He's got his own moth boobs.
How's it going, moth boobs?
What up, moth boobs? Stop calling me that.
Oh, what was that, moth boobs?
It's really, really easy to get him to come back. They could just turn a light on.
Oh, this is.
So good.
Oh, this is fascinating. Then he just burns up. Fight over.
Bonk! Ow! So that's where I'm gonna call it for tonight. Let me see if there's anything.
That's a pretty good. That's pretty.
Friday.
Oh, you got reverse ass there.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
I really do want to make that a sound in the channel, so that way if Jimmy happens to not be here, he will
Jimmy-
live on.
Jimmy singing the hit song, like the song that became a #1 hit from the movie.
Right.
Devil May Cry.
Here's Swordbird,
Swordbird.
and this is actually like it is supposed to look like a revolver. It was specifically crafted to be part gun,
Just like Isfahan.
just like Isfahan, part gun.
Part gun.
All cop. Part Isfahan, part gun.
Part Isfahan part. I'd be like, what the fuck is this movie about? Don't understand this at all. This is gibberish.
At some point, I will show you Virgil and Lady slash Trish. But
Lady slash
I won't do that now. It's
My
pretty
favorite
late.
pairing.
Oh, so you've read my fan fiction.
So yeah, I think for now I will just return the title screen and call it. Thank you for watching, and I don't know
Thanks
when you guys
for
want to do this
Franking.
again.
Jimmy for Frank Toast. Jimmy for Frank Westing.
Jimmy Franksing for West Coast.
I don't know if I ever want to do it again, but if the moon's align, I'll see you guys back here.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks for coming,
Alright.
Jimmy.
Everyone's
Thanks,
allowed,
Jimmy.
except
No,
Jimmy
it's fine.
Franks again. Actually, he's not. allowed.
Ah.
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah. Now I gotta figure out how to turn. I have to figure out how to turn off Discord so I'm not in here again.
No, unacceptable.
Later,
See, I don't know
nerds.
when you guys want to do this again.
Why?
If you know already.
Toast, do you have any idea?
I don't. I'll kind of have to take a look at my schedule for like when I'm working on stuff and when I can work on stuff and when I can not work on stuff. So
Okay.
I will have to get back to you. I will get back soon though.
Okay. We'll do it when we do it then. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Why?
I mean, Frank's every whatever. That was off brand.
Toast every Frankie.
Blah!